get all bowed in, and then we'll do that. I figured out it's not that complicated.
It is when you're
When you're back there.
go part of the class.
Somebody do something.
Show me, no wait, is it show me first, sir? Or
Kisuke,
Kisuke.
show me right.
Thanks.
Kyoshi right. Talking right.
Go on. All right. Before we get started, just a little background. Most everybody here has done knife with us before, at least once. So a little background for those of you who haven't. Our instructor, Anchi Kelly, created 5 knife forms. It was supposed to be 9. He tells the story that he got to 5 and got tired. So when we get to 5, it's gonna be an all-day night. Just saying, so put that in the back of your mind. This is the second one of the 5. Nice little kata. For all of the knife forms, please keep in mind of what this represents. So stop, I don't wanna see a lot of, there's a move in this kata where if it's done with a live blade and you do it wrong, you will slice your own throat. So please put this in your mind as this is a live blade. All right, the plan for the day is we'll go through the knife form, and then I figured as somebody had requested to do obi, we'll combine the two. Instead of doing bunkai from the knife, we'll do bunkai from this kata to the belt. Which is one of Hanchi's favorite things to do. So if you do not have a wooden knife, you can grab one off the pile up here. If you have one of your own, you can grab this now. How did you get one side to lay down and not the other on the belt?
Well, yeah, it's not cooperating with me yet.
Well, it won't. Yeah, no, the first black belts won't. Just the reason I'm asking is I think for both of them, or probably all 3 of us, it looked like cat whiskers for 2 years. Both sides stuck out, but you actually got one side to lay down like the first day. It's amazing. Okay, everybody take out knife. Everybody got the same basic one? Yeah, okay. Cutting side, right? Back side, right? Okay, for us, how we are going to grip. I'm going to take the pommel end and put it in the heel of your hand. So the cutting edge is that way. We're not cutting edge this way, we're cutting edge this way. Thumb braced against your forefinger this way. So if I just held it down, it's more cutting edge sideways than it is cutting edge this way as I'm holding the knife horizontal, right? Okay, all 5 of the knife forms he developed start from a particular sheathing position.
Right?
Right? The first one starts cross draw. This one starts from a sleeve draw. So this is where we're going to start. So just kind of tuck it up your left hand sleeve. Yes, for those of you left-handed, there are no left-handed samurai. Get over it. Get over it. All right, we're going to play this way for a while. Well, there was something else in it. This kata is very similar to a lot of our beginning karate kata. It reaches a halfway point and then repeats. So we'll learn the first half and then we'll kind of get to the second half. And again, be cognizant, put it in your brain now so it doesn't become a bad habit of this will cut you.
Right?
Not do silliness. Just, right? So we're gonna start from here. reach across, draw, turn, cat stance, horizontal cut. After this last cut, you're going to hikite, pull all the way to your rib cage, cutting edge down.
Wait.
Slide forward, thrust. Pull back again, pull all the way back, cutting edges down. And front kick. Okay, we're gonna do that much because the next motion is where we're gonna get a little funky, right? So let's just work this a couple of times. So from our draw, come across, draw, shift, cut, pull back, slide in, thrust, pull back, front kick. Oh, alright, let's try it out. So,
Target for the thrust.
target for the thrust, solar plexus, middle. Draw, shift, cut. Slide in, thrust, pull back, and front kick. So, alright, that much again, everybody seems to have it, so just work that on your own a couple of times while I wander around. So,
Is there a particular way you want the knife facing in your sleeve?
put a pin in that and we'll come right back to it. Slide in. Alright, yeah, man.
Right.
Good, everybody seems to have the pattern fairly well, so let me answer Scott's question first. If I take, you asked how positioned in here. If I'm holding the knife with the cutting edge down, it's just gonna follow up my arm with the cutting edge down. Okay? Oh, that's where I wanted to go with this. A little more history on the knife form. These come from Hanchi's experience in the military. I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? And it's also based off big knife. Like the Filipino, like the karambit, small knife, right? Not saying it's bad, I'm just saying big knife, buoy, K-bar, big randle, things like that. So that's where it stems from. How useful, I don't want to use that useful, how practical modern day is this sheathing? Yeah, probably not much. Especially, even as long as my forearm is, sticking a K-bar up there, probably not in my best interest, kind of thing. If I had to guess, and this is only my guess, I would say that when he was doing this in the military, it was this way. Because, his forearms are huge,
Right.
but they're not long.
Right.
So again, sticking his randle in a sleeve would be like a machete. Kind of thing. So I'm thinking if and when he did this, it was this way. same draw, it's just kinda hard for us to practice that, so we're gonna show it up this way.
Right?
The other thing, oh, going back to, well, like I said, everybody seems to be getting the pattern very well, okay, good deal. The mindset piece is where I really want to address, okay? So, I'm gonna do the kata facing this way so you guys can see the inside of this. What is wrong with what I just did? Did you cut your fingers off? I did not cut my fingers off. No.
It's got no intent of like.
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
No,
You're right, yeah, you're right, but not what I'm talking about.
okay.
Every time I moved this cutting edge, it was right in line with my forearm. So I didn't cut my fingers off, I just severed all of the musculature to make them work. Alright? So once we draw, I'm under the elbow,
Right?
here. Again, we're not here. When I thrust out, back of the blade, in. When I withdraw, back of the blade, now I twist. Most everybody's wanting to do
Right?
that. I'm pretty sure everybody needs the use of at least 3 of their fingers on their left hand. So let's keep that in mind. Where's the danger part of this? So once I'm in here, and alright, so at no time was I endangering myself.
Right?
Alright, let's try that a couple more times. Right, that's right.
Right.
Okay, also on this thrust, your left hand is gonna scoop up to your shoulder like you're loading for a left-handed battle.
Right?
You know what, alright, one other thing, yeah, I knew there was something else. Several of you are doing this, and, I'm gonna tell you a story. One of our peers now, former seniors, Chris Haney. If you ever meet, those of you that haven't met him, if you ever do meet him, have him show you his right hand pointer finger. Right here, you'll see a scar that's about yay long. And ask him how he got it. I'm gonna tell you how he got it. He got it from doing a live blade demo with Hanchi and doing his knife this way. Don't do this. Do not stick things out in a knife fight that you don't want cut off. So, he screwed up, drew his knife this way. He was supposed to drop back and block this way, which was fine, because that's the part of the blade he was supposed to have blocked with. But now his finger's in the way. And Hanchi's Randall cut it to the bone. So, do not stick things out in the knife fight. Right? This way. Okay, tuck it in there.
Right?
All right, a couple more times. How'd you go? Good, alright, let's move on. Now, the next move that we're about to do occurs multiple times in this kata. Like, if you haven't formulated this in your head yet, most kata have a series or a singular, kind of a signature move to them. For those of you that, everybody trains here? Yeah, okay. Sit there, Randy. The full Shikaru kata list is more than double what we do. Hanshi, in his infinite generosity and mercy, cut it down to the half that we do. And he chose those because each of those has a particular signature piece to it that is either found, randomly in other places. We chose those because they have something signature in them. This kata, this particular move is its signature. We're about to make a turn, and when we turn, we're going to do a double middle outside, or a double blocking middle outside block. When we turn, we're gonna come in low, inside down block, make this down block, and return. Now, hopefully everyone can recognize how dangerous this can be when you screw this up. Good. So, we're gonna come low inside. Prep for our middle block. Turn cutting edge in towards yourself, like a melon baller.
What?
All the way up. Finish the middle outside block as this comes down and rotates around. Sound like fun? Okay. You're welcome that we're not using live legs.
Right?
I hate cleaning up the blood off the floor. He gets really mad at me. All right, so we've made where we at? Cut, thrust, pull. We've made the front kick. We put that down. We're now going to do a rear leg step over turn, block, block. Right. Go. Okay. So from the beginning, draw, cut, thrust, back, front kick, put it down, step over, 180 degrees, low inside, middle outside, and hikite, we're a front stance here. After we make this turn. Almost? Okay, everybody come to, all right, we made the thrust, we made this pull back, everybody gonna do the kick and the turn. That's what I want to see, just over and over and over and over again.
I'm just trying to get my hand out of the way.
Okay, just go down block, just, right, I've abbreviated. Okay.
So Sensei, this is you're coming across here,
No.
just a,
Like going.
oh.
This is the time, out, very much out.
I like deep form.
Well, I'm showing today.
Yeah, it's small,
No.
I was about to address
You
that.
you have broken my dad.
Somebody else had that version as well.
What this needs to be more,
Knife.
with this going around.
Okay, this got it before. All right, come back. All right, let's talk about something real quick. Actually, we were talking about it just before class started a little bit. Karate should be very fluid
Right.
in its development, right? Not when, it didn't come from on high and Moses did not strike it on the tablets, right? Kind of thing. It's not this way is the only way. Probably still, he's probably rethinking these kata. I know he is. He just hasn't passed anything recently to us. When he first formulated these kata, he had a certain way. So if you ask, right now, well, we've got 1, 2, 3. You guys will make the 4th generation of students to have this. You ask the first generation to do these 5, you go, okay, I recognize them. Oh, that's a little different, that's a little, the second generation, I think I would consider us the 3rd generation, you guys being the 4th generation. Get these. Over the course of time, he changed a few things because he got tired of seeing this.
What?
So some things he changed. One of the things that he changed, and then changed back, and then changed again, and then changed back, and then changed again, and then I changed it for myself because I finally realized what it was I was supposed to be doing. In this motion, he got tired of seeing people doing this.
Right.
So he changed it to turning it this way, palm out. Because he found more people had wrist flexibility this way here. So if you watch the video on YouTube of me doing this, you will see me teaching this on the video. See a couple people in here who've had this kata before, doing this, perfectly acceptable. I started this way just to see where we stand. Kind of thing. If your wrist flexibility, elbow flexibility, whatever, is such that you cannot turn this all the way up, turn it out, right? And come this way. The bunkai is similar, not the same, similar. So you're not really changing anything of massive import as to be, this is right and this is wrong. It's not, it's just different. So, pick one, try it. Again, if you find yourself, you can't turn this way, so that the cutting edge is not endangering some squishy part of your body, and turn it palm out, you'll probably get there. Everything else is the same. Sorry.
Sensei, can you show me the rear leg turn again?
Rear leg turn again, I doubt it, but okay. Here,
Okay, so you put your foot where it stays. Okay, that's what I was having trouble with. Thank you.
yes, after the kick, this is gonna be my pivot point, so when I come down, I'm gonna cross this way and pivot into my front stance, that way. Okay, alright, from the beginning, over and over again.
One quick thing, guys, when you guys are doing the thrust, right, you guys are doing the cut here before the thrust. Thrust, right, step into it.
Right.
Don't go over here and go, yeah, no. 1, 2, 1, and then go right back.
Right.
And do the kick. Listen,
Absolutely. Right, from the beginning, on your own, on your back. You're gonna make this curl. Make sure that your body posture is this way, not. Get a real close shot.
Looks like it needs a close shave, so.
He's probably looking like a reasonable human being. He's like one of the only people in this dojo of his age and younger that has a decent haircut.
yeah, I would say.
That's what's not gonna be this man, he came with last night.
Gosh, put more thought into where this is when you're making that turn.
to see if you win.
Right. And this side, you don't have to mess up those, the middle.
Like, good, this way, if you like, you could make a mistake. So the air test, and then it's hard, no?
We're showing this as a low inside block, go on the cross.
Oh, so it's not like the,
No, not up here, it comes low, long arm and low.
okay. So, thank you.
Usually don't need a liver resection. Very good.
It does feel like the knife would be sheathed here, and if this feels like a quicker draw in the whole sleeve, so I do understand. More so just scabbard, duct tape.
Kind of jump too far.
So you can do this from a pocket knife for 100. Just point it. Now that works.
It's like that. This would be easy.
Right.
I turned it.
Yeah, so you can show me this is.
Is that going right?
I mean,
Almost like
yeah,
that.
there's one thing I want about the bear and that's the
I have it like this, this is okay.
you need to carry around and use in case
Just take
necessary.
the-
I know for me, it really doesn't
From your
matter.
uses there.
I'm
Come around.
gonna get what it is like dynamic here. So you have to see where, yeah, this way, yeah, for you, yeah.
I'll have to be like here.
Right here?
Yeah. And just down the middle.
Absolutely.
And said that he's, this part of it, just, this part of the kata, like you were saying, this is, I don't even know what to call this, but it's like a little block.
Yeah.
Cause he's coming more chewed on, and I was like, it's really more coming down, get on a chewed on, right? Cross the, and then come back chewed on, right?
That one part of the whole
That's, right. Yeah, when you're first coming up, you're coming up like chewed on. Like, it's COVID, so it's slow and trying to put some power in there. He's like, top of the power already.
So that's how you're going to open down this.
No. Okay, young man.
Hi.
Everybody kind of sort of got it?
Nice, good.
Another thing, just to file away back in your brain. Knife, by definition, needs to be done very, very, very fluidly.
Thanks, Dick.
Alright,
Nice.
there's a pause, you would say, there's a pause in a knife fight, that's where you're gonna die.
Mhm.
The second you, it'll get you up in a heartbeat. Alright, so, we made all the way up to here, we made our turn, and we're here. Drop down behind our leg, and step forward, thrust up, turn, row, step over, turn, block. Move.
Hi.
Okay, so, we're here, everybody follow along, we just made this block, drop it down by your thigh, step forward, thrust up, turn, 45, throw down, going towards the rear, turn, that same block lock. No?
Right.
Everybody work that? Okay, you made the block lock, drop down by your thigh, step forward, thrust up, turn 45, throw down, turn block lock.
So is it coming up for like an upward stab like this, or like, okay, like a side, so the blade's more sideways?
Yeah. Didn't like it. Yeah. Nice move.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know, that's Sensei. Maybe I said, yeah, that's hard. He's like, just look right. I'm like, I don't know. We're doing it for 15 minutes.
So my turning,
Here, twist in,
oh,
back down.
yeah, I should do it.
Alright, yeah, man, let's tell a few stories real quick. To illustrate a point. One, you know, the old adage, if you're in a knife fight, right, you're in the wrong place.
Right? Big bad
Like you
decision.
said, yeah, you should be at home in bed,
Right?
right, or you should have been throwing hand grenades 20 minutes ago, one or the other. The old adage, if you're in a knife fight, you're gonna get cut,
Right?
probably true. Hopefully not by yourself. That's what I'm trying to, let's narrow this down a little bit. Back in the day, things that he has seen. He was teaching a knife clinic up in Georgia. I wasn't there for this one, this was before my time. He was teaching knife form 1. Guy showed up, I'm a 5th degree black belt, I know what I'm doing. I have a live blade.
Ooh.
Okay, sure, whatever. I wanna say it was the same guy, but I'm probably making that up because I find it funny if it was. Another time, up in Georgia again. He's teaching a sword seminar. I'm a 6th degree black belt, I know what I'm doing. I'll bring a live katana. Bam!
Oh.
Stuck it in the femur. Peeled it out. This is the kind of thing that I'm referring to. So, slow down. A lot of you have now had this kata, or part of this kata, for less than an hour.
Right?
No. It's one thing to drive a live blade through your hand, it's another thing to drive a wooden blade through your hand. It will hurt just as much. Some of the subtlety that I think is being missed. No. This way, this angle, not this angle.
Right?
No, no. Right. Bruce,
return, on the turnaround with the middle out, the double block, when we first did it, we come back to hikite, but it's actually a fluid motion down, you don't stop at the hikite. What you just did, and I don't know if it was just for demonstration, but when we come around and we're here, we stopped here, but you went like this.
Yeah,
Is that because that's the more advanced move?
I don't wanna get into beginner and advanced. Teaching artifact, one potato, two potato.
Yep.
I want you to come through this motion
Right?
to get to here. So, teaching artifact, we're gonna stop for a second, one potato, two potato, show the throw. Eventually, once you get good enough, that will become one fluid motion. That's all one bunkai stream. And again, pause in a knife fight, that's when you're gonna get dead.
Awesome.
So overall, we are almost to the halfway point. From the top, Hajime. When you're coming around for this double middle outside block, the low hand, you're showing the back of the blade as I come around.
Alright,
I'm not showing the cut, I'm showing the back of the blade. So they're more like Kushanku or Kokokungai. From here.
alright, alright, let's go, fight.
Feels like just something strange here, like a big thing of water.
What?
It feels like it's more like,
It's the same?
it feels like I'm making one giant like figure eight of just,
Sure.
yeah. Like, I understand what you mean by it should never stop, like, it feels like there is no, unlike normal kata, there is no natural chain with it.
Right?
I would disagree on the nuance of what you said.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily the
You gotta
point.
get this whole block thing going on.
Yeah, I understand, but just like, if I were to like do it, like try and make it go, just go, I feel like there wouldn't be any, like normal point where I would stop with the knife. Let me rephrase what I'm trying to do.
Right?
So they got,
Right?
be cognizant of
Nope. The first part of the pattern, right? Yeah. Right, I thought you were doing all the way through. I got that.
So did the,
Okay, the first part of that, okay? No, you're gonna do a 180.
yeah.
180. There you go, right? Right? Right, ooh, you just cut your arm off. There you go. Yeah. I saw it. I'm right on it. Film it all out.
I got her.
Yeah. And we do this all the time when we train, like,
Alright, everybody's kind of sort of getting the gist of it, let's add a little bit of nuance to it. How many people in here have a kata, similar to Kushanku,
Hi.
Kosokundai, Shiba no Kosuku, whatever that one is, Pinan, Sandan, thank you. Pinan Sandan. Yes, no, maybe?
Hi, Shinzen. Hi. Wait.
Almost?
Hi.
Why is so much twisting?
That's what I was gonna say.
Why so much twisting?
Max-
excessive.
maximum damage.
There's-
Release.
Some people just love seeing blood, I guess.
Yeah. The human body is a miraculous instrument. It does not like being injured, and it will do everything it can to prevent further injury. So, take this, luckily never had anything penetrated. Talking with doctors, people who have been there, done that, you stick something into the human body, the musculature locks down on it, to the point where it will not let go. So, you can't physically remove it, strength-wise. Melon ball that thing out to make room to get your knife back. The last thing you want in a knife fight, stick it in and get it out, how would you do?
Hi.
You know, that kind of thing. So, most of these twisting motions are to make room for it to come out.
Hi.
Kind of thing. A lot of the body motions in his knife forms are, let's say, body motions and kicks are not just movement and kicking. They're for pushing people.
Hi.
For those of you that have knife form 1, all of the kicks in knife form 1 are throws. None of them are, sure, you need to kick somebody, or most of them are throws. Same here. Most of you getting this person out of my way so that I can move on to something else. So, what do we think we're doing here?
Juggler, going for that kill shot, maybe brainstem if I'm lucky.
The base of your skull, it sits on the spine. There's a nice little opening, about yay big on most people. Going up in there. No. No. Okay. Until John finally goes crazy, he's tired of my nonsense, whatever, he breaks bad, I get the good shot.
Hi.
No. Then one of two things is about to happen. Either it's gonna slide out, or it's gonna stick, and he's gonna go with it.
Hi.
And then he's gonna come off right about there. Either way, none of those can happen from out here. I've gotta get into a throwing position for that to happen.
Hi.
Depending upon our relative stances, maybe I can get enough taisabaki to get him to do that. If not, at least I'm in a position where I can throw.
Oh,
Play with all that for a couple more minutes and then we'll add to it.
Hey,
this long insertion up under the chin.
Right?
When you turn to throw, you're throwing towards the front left 45. We're not making a 180. We're making a, what is that, 90, well, whatever 90 and 45 is.
135.
35, thank you. Really more from that. All right, come on.
Right?
That's you. All right, we've done our throw, we've done our turn, we've done our lock, thrust, side kick, turn, block, front kick, thrust, side kick, and plant. This is the halfway point, right? So, we made our lock, thrust, side kick, down, block, front kick, thrust, side kick, together.
Right.
Right. Thrust, side kick, block, front kick, thrust, side kick.
Front side kick.
Thrust, side kick. Thrust, side kick, turn, block. Front kick. Thrust, side kick. Yep, thrust, side kick, put them together, and there's our halfway.
Thrust. Side kick. And stop. So it's coming around here.
Front kick,
Kick. Thrust.
thrust, side kick.
Is it the same leg as was you stabbed with? Like the right, if I stab with my right hand, I'm side kicking with my right leg? For the,
Right here?
yeah, thrust.
Thrust, yeah.
Oh,
Side kick on the knife side, front kick, side kick on the knife leg.
okay, that's what was messing around, exactly. Yeah, front kick,
Side kick.
stop.
Well, we're getting ready to turn, so this is the halfway point, so we're gonna stop here, and then we'll get to the, we'll fluid out that turn.
Here. Kick. Kick. Stand.
Okay, on the spot where we're pausing, don't file this away as a hard yoy pause. Don't ingrain that, just,
Okay.
this is where we're gonna stop for a second.
I,
I see a lot of people trying to turn this into something. No, don't file it that way yet.
I,
So we're going this way, and we're doing this, so I'm gonna bend through, so when I do that thrust, like, they step out a little bit with that front foot, right?
Are you doing that here too?
Yeah,
Because it's good.
but, so we're
So
here.
on these thrusts, we're not shoulder here. We're just driving in
Okay.
for these particular thrusts.
And then here.
but it is a, we're going to,
Don't file it that way. Just think about, okay, this is where I'm gonna stop for a second.
okay.
And then you're gonna,
So don't file it as anything, just other than
Just
the
throw it,
the
okay.
point where we're stopping at the moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Where does this hand go? As I come around?
Now you're gonna wanna start kind of sliding it under
So I need to
to
go
prep.
here.
Yep.
And people when they're flexible hips and stuff. Someone in there.
Pay $500,000 for mine, and it still won't work that good.
At his age, mine didn't work.
That's what I heard that. Also remember, on the side kick, we're withdrawing the knife at the same time.
Wait.
Also remember that we are not evil wizards. And we're also not, karate kids. When we are withdrawing on this side kick,
Hey.
this way, not
Hey.
evil wizard, karate kid.
You can Hey.
I saw that.
Hey. Oh, good. Oh, good. I take feedback. So I take feedback. I know.
Alright, y'all right. Somebody take 5, get some water. That's for the halfway point.
Hey.
Pretty much right where I want to be anyway. Take a minute. Pass through me for a few seconds.
Want some water?
Oh, yeah. The 2 front cases.
So far?
They're so good.
You doing all right? Like, I've counted, I think I'm up to 50 stitches. It's trying to put it in the sleeve, it's getting me, and like.
And then what are we doing?
Stitches. So that's,
Technically starting on a sheet.
yeah.
And I think technically what he's saying is you have the sheath on
Here.
your front of your farm, because just for kata purposes, you're here.
Yeah.
Because like my bayonet is, the blade is this long on my bayonet, right? And it's barbed, right?
Yeah.
Right, so
I don't-
it ain't going up here,
I don't.
but it has a seatbelt strapped to my arm, right?
I don't.
It's been clear, it's on the rifle, it doesn't.
I don't bet I have a food, it's like a 10, 11 inch blade. That's 13. Yeah.
No, it's like that, but it's it'll fix to my rifle.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's meant to be used as a bayonet and or a.
Alright, young man, for just a second, I'll let you be back good. Overhearing this conversation, nobody
No, I'm not gonna
in
take it out.
this room
No.
is authorized to do this, any knife for the work that we've done with a live blade yet.
You can go ahead, Tyler, you can go ahead.
Not unless the apocalypse hits, sir.
So far, there are 3 people who can still count to 10 in this dojo without taking their shoes off. The rest of you, not so much. So, think about that.
But yeah, Tyler, we give you permission, like I said, use a live blade and a big one, all right? Very sharp.
I'll make one.
Nobody's showing you here.
The nice serrated edge, sir.
Nobody's showing you.
And when we finally get authorization to do that, You will not ever do it alone.
I,
This, I'll tell you one of Hanchi's favorite stories. He was working kama one time, which is the rice sickle. They only come sharp, so. And he was doing it by himself. Boom! In the middle of his forearm. Clipped the radial artery. Luckily, he wasn't too far from the hospital in Lake Underhill. So he jammed a tennis ball he had up under his armpit, pinched off the brachial artery, drove himself to the hospital. Goes up to the emergency room window, nurse looked at him and goes, "What can I do for it?" He's like, "I did with this." He said he doesn't know what she pressed under the desk, but by the time he said, "with this," 2 orderlies were slamming him down on a gurney and putting him in the back. Surgeon comes bolting into the room, takes a look at it, and goes, "Can you take a bit of pain?" He's like, "Why?" "We got 2 choices. I can either sew this up right now, or we gotta put you fully under." "Let's do it now, I can take it." He said, "Don't ever do that."
Oh.
Artery, in case you didn't know, it's a lot of nerve. Everybody good?
Nice.
Any questions that I can answer?
Sir, yes, I did. When we're doing the turn, and this is, regarding the foot placement, so we're doing this, are you bringing this over at all, his foot? You're shifting, okay, right? You step over, height. Okay. Height.
Anything else? Okay, everybody pretty much has the same format. We're gonna do exactly the same thing. Exactly. We're just gonna be facing a different direction.
I,
Which is it? Oh my God, there's more than one direction. Yes, there's more than one direction. Just like everybody who couldn't figure out little outside block, you now have something in your hands. It happens to everybody. Tell you a quick funny story, give you another couple seconds to breathe. Archie and I were at a clinic up in Virginia one time, summer camp. He is a big proponent of, you should be able to do any kata with any weapon. That's the way it is. He was having a debate with his peer group at this clinic. No, kabuto kata is sacred. Only kabuto kata for kabuto. It's like, no, do karate kata. I've been doing kabuto at that time a few years. I was purple belt, brown belt in karate. Been doing kabuto a couple of years. You know, I'm not allowed, I wasn't of enough rank to be in the debate, but I'm listening. I hear you, "Jerry, grab your side." "Yes, sir." Run over, grab my side, jump out on the floor. He wanted to prove his point. He goes, "Do chino sai," which is our chino kata sai. At this point, I've been doing chino kata for 5 years. Been doing sai for 6 to 8 months. Theoretically, not a problem. He said, "Do chino sai." I said, "Us." Chino kata balled up into a little ball, fell out of my intestines, ran across the floor, and was sitting in the corner laughing at me. I did the absolute ugliest version of chino sai imaginable. It was barely good enough to illustrate his point. The aftermath of the drive home, I won't bore you with, but it was unpleasant, but at least he made his point. So, same thing, back then, you guys have kata, you kata with me. In my redemption, many years later, we're at a clinic up in Longwood. He's teaching some of his peer group from Georgia had come down, having a similar debate. It was, "Jerry, grab 2 knives. Jump out, grab 2 knives. You sai-fa no tanto." You could hear it, some shit. I burned up my one perfect kata that day. Don't asked me to do it again, I could not ever do it again. So, in the balance of the universe is balanced. I have a bad day, I'm gonna go with
Right?
Alright, everybody good?
Right.
Okay, so we're into the halfway point. We've done our thrust, we've done our side kick. This is not a resting point.
Right?
Okay, from here, left leg behind, turn, cat stance. Cut, cut. Thrust. Pull. Front kick. Turn. Block, block. Drop. Insert. Can we do all of this, or am I gonna just confuse everybody? Pull. Over to the 45. Turn to the front of the dojo. Block, block. Thrust. Side kick. Block, block. Front kick, front kick. Thrust. Side kick. Plank. There's like 3 more moves, but there's the absolute repeat of the first half of the kata.
Sensei,
Hey,
on this plant after the side kicks,
don't think about the plan.
my
Do not
foot
think about
arrangement
that.
doesn't matter? I mean, to a certain extent.
It is not a move, it's a place where we're gonna pause for the moment.
Right.
So again, after we made this turn up here, boom, we're not planting.
Right?
Boom, we're down and we're turning. It's a fluid turn, it's not a plant. I'm just saying plant because this is where we're gonna stop for teaching purposes at the moment. So don't think about it as this is a thing. Okay. From the top, try it.
The whole thing just ran out.
Oh, okay. Notice I've been avoiding that corner. I'm pretty sure he still lives up in that back. Okay. Turn your back in, cat stance, cut, cut. Now, cut, cut.
Oh, okay.
Thrust, pull, front kick, turn, block, block. This way.
After I did the kick, after the halfway point I turned, I did the kick, so I was here.
Here, turn, boom, boom, turn, you're now facing the.
Yes, okay.
Door, block, block, down, thrust up.
Yeah.
Step, thrust up, step, 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 step. There you go. Turn toward me, or not, other way.
Okay, I'm
Move
starting
the
to
other
see
way.
what this is for.
Block, block. Switch.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I got
Try that
back
again,
with
Sensei.
that.
Alright.
I'm already starting to see a little bit of what this might be about. It's almost, the opening move is almost like, oh crap.
I don't think it does punch.
It's a counter, like a, or a,
It's like a
oh,
candy
okay.
counter, right? Just put down.
That's my, like a quick, yeah.
I can see your point.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to remember the beginning.
Yeah.
You did that.
Sorry,
Alright, so we're a little lost, so we're coming here. We're forgetting the kata, right?
Slide to the
Ross,
front, pull back,
there.
front kick,
Okay.
turn towards,
Then just do your,
turn that 180 degrees that way, block,
Right.
block. Pull front stance. Make sure you get front stance here, there you go. Drop down behind the leg, step forward, thrust up over the chin, turn back 45, row, I can't turn towards the mirror, block, block.
the back foot, okay.
Back foot turn. Thrust. Side kick, turn around, block, block. Front kick. Thrust, side kick. Alright, you know what, let me throw this out here. cause this, I love this kata, it messed me up for quite a while, until I finally figured out what was messing me up. It's the two front kicks. They're in the wrong direction every kata we ever do. Every kata we do, where we start to kick, we're always going that way, the first time. This one goes that way. It took me forever to figure out that's what was messing me up for a long time. So, if that helps, use that, and it might, I can't be the only one with that issue, right?
It's just odd that we're doing two front kicks. I'm trying to search my katas where we actually
Where we-
do
that is another point.
two front
Do
kicks.
three. Do three of everything, I don't do two of anything.
Right?
Thank you. Alright, I got it.
But, I was doing a open hand of this with no knife.
Right, okay, right,
And the two front kicks that you're talking about, so I did a jumping front kick, which
okay, yeah, hey,
will have both of them in there.
Yeah.
Be more,
cause that's somewhere in a kata we have.
be more combative into,
Yep.
you know, a little more combative into,
Right.
instead of going, you know, with both hands like, hey,
Yeah,
one front kick there, and then you can kind of stop and then
Right.
land and punch, which I know what you're
that
saying.
makes sense.
I'll file away for 15 years from now since.
I got it.
Right.
Got it. I'm doing that. That's motion. Don't point. That way. Make sure.
So, I like it.
Not.
Right,
No, because this is the one thing, I did this one here, so we're not, we don't need any motion for that.
so at the very beginning of the kata, that's what we're doing. So, once you do that front kick, all you're doing is a 180. Yeah.
So from here,
Yeah.
Doing that
just in the side kick is the transition into the, yeah.
Here,
Boom.
Oh,
Here,
that's
then-
it?
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, that's right.
There we go. Now I'm back at it. Now I'm back at it. I was like, what? Stop crumpling into a ball, please. Boom, boom, kick. Boom.
Yep.
Go that way.
This is the one where we kick, but then you're gonna.
Okay. Now we're gonna do this.
We're doing that.
Yeah.
In the second half, you understand that?
Okay. Okay, so I do this.
This motion
Really set up.
very,
There's wrong stuff too.
train unexpected.
Off the balance and then set it.
And then the knee.
So yeah, it's just hard.
Alright, going. Where you saw from, okay. How many people are completely messed up because now we're facing the wrong direction?
Right?
That's right, just goes to crap sense.
Right now, you're like, you can't remember the
This
kata.
got out,
You
it
can't
gets me
remember.
because of that, thank
Right?
you.
Yeah, you turn around, you're like, I can't do the kata, no, okay.
That's it.
How many people know Nijo Shio kata? Good. Next time you do Nijo Shio kata, face the front corner of the room. When you recover from your stroke. Same thing, it messes everybody up.
Right.
Couple things, I'll let you guys reset your brain. General principle. As Joshi was pointing out, if you're having trouble with bunkai, try the kata in a different format. He offered that to me today, and it helps me make more sense of his kata, something that I was kind of just not real happy with, became much better. It doesn't, I don't know what I'm doing here with the knife, get rid of the knife. Do it open hand, see what drops out. One of the things that I had an issue with this kata for a long time was bunkai in certain pieces. Couldn't figure it out. So I started the sequence 2 moves earlier. All of a sudden, the bunkai drops out. So if you're working on this, you can't figure it out, expand it a little bit.
Can you, what you were talking about, can you show whenever you get with
That's the piece that he was, that I was having a real problem with. Also, it is easier to do kata in a strange dojo than it is to do it in your home dojo facing a different direction.
I can agree with
Because
that.
subconsciously, we all externally cue.
Right?
You say, and you bring this up every once in a while. The point is, you want to internally cue. So at a certain point, you need to start practicing your kata blindfolded or eyes closed. And you need to start practicing in your home dojo, facing different directions. So you get past that external cueing. Because subconsciously, your brain files it, okay, move 3, I'm facing the mirror, move 6, I'm facing the door, move 12, I'm facing the locker room. It just does it, because that's the way the human brain works.
Right?
So now all of a sudden, who's ever up here is in a particularly foul mood, you just turn around and do the kata. If they're in a good mood, if they're in a bad mood, turn around, face the back 45.
Right?
And it turns into just a nightmare. Because even if you're in the zone, at some point, your subconscious brain will go, and you'll glitch, and you're like, where am I?
Does not compute. That does not compute.
You get the blue screen of death,
Yes.
and
You're done.
you're done. Okay, Joshi was pointing out, the part that was bothering me the most was, what am I doing here? Because it didn't make sense in a knife fight that I would be block. It didn't make any sense to me. Fought with it forever, and then finally backed up a couple of moves. That's what we're doing, or that's what I think we're doing, what I'm doing anyway. So the first time we're here, here, kick, turn. Right. So we're done all this. So I've got Sensei here. He's gonna come in thrust here. All of a sudden his head comes forward. Now, I don't want to break his neck, but as I bring him around, he's still in my way. Over here too, okay, the next motion I'm gonna drop. Let's just say I've still got him in my way, I'm not really even dealing with this guy. Get rid of him.
Right?
Say it again, sir, you can start again, I start this way, so when you turn around.
He's not in a really position for me to take the head, I'll take this. Turn, start to throw him. And he's still, maybe he's tough enough, maybe he goes, okay, that arm don't work, he switches, he comes the other way. You finish it from there. Yes. So, again, for me, I kept trying to figure out what I'm doing. do the stab, I like to do the stab. Backed up one and that fell out.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I got him at head, this is taking the trophy. Right. Not it on the mantle. Ready?
Right?
Alright, a couple more times. See if we can work out the
Sensei,
both heads, sir.
I'm keep on freezing on, after the,
No,
no, but I don't know where to go. So I come here, right? And then
turn, your rear turn.
I come here,
Cat stance, cut,
cut,
slide in, slide
Thrust,
across, roll
back,
back, kick, turn towards the water fountain.
how?
Step through.
This way?
No. Rear leg come that way.
And I'm doing a,
Then you're gonna do your block lock, Drop down behind your leg,
right,
step in,
There.
step.
yeah, step.
Turn back 45, boom,
Now,
turn towards me.
with this leg?
Right leg goes, block, thrust, side kick, turn toward the window. Front say, yeah.
Yeah, double,
Block, front kick,
okay.
thrust, side kick, face the locker room, and pause right there.
Okay. Alright. No, but,
No, it looks great, what are you
Thank
doing?
you, Sensei.
It makes perfect sense, perfect sense.
Cat stance, same. Cat stance. Shorter stance. Shorter, there you go. Cut.
I was gonna say, just go from the beginning. Okay, hey. Good. Ready? Ready? Got it. Good. Lady. Right. Right. And remember to throw it down. Right.
I like it a lot.
Good. Good. Cross. Good. This is where you start over, right? Around. Yep. Yeah, that's what I did. Like, yeah. Right. I'm gonna go this way. Okay. Hey.
I think we left out where it looked like you were.
I think I got stuck right after that.
And then stop.
You're right there, Guy, all you gotta do is take a side kick and then.
Yeah.
Start.
Hold it out.
I'm sorry, my mind, mistake.
Sorry, I'm kind of, now, all of a sudden, I had it, now I lost it. The, after you transition from the sidekick to turning around,
This transition, I guess.
bang, bang, stab, kick, I've lost
Your
the,
leg first, leg step across, turn towards me, block, block, and then drop down.
I guess
We're just down behind you. Drop first.
Okay,
Across, twist, turn toward turn toward the mirror, block, block, block. Right step, block, block.
Then, I think they do a
Cross side kick,
and then, okay, so you're just.
toward the window, block, block.
I mean, you can stop it, don't get me wrong. Right, you can stop it.
Thrust side
I
kick.
keep wanting to fluidly do it, but then my mind is paused ready to start here. Remember that when you are here and then it's like it.
block,
Yeah, and then now, she's already kind of ready.
This is where it ends for now, Sensei, right here. My second side kick, my second set of front kicks.
That is like, okay, what's next?
Oh, wait, no, you, okay, you
I'm at
said
the
front
end.
kick, my bad, yes.
My second set of front kicks. They go that way? I did it this way.
This is what
I did two sets up front. Yeah, because I ended. No.
After you start, then you drop here, stop here,
And then turn it.
shoot, then you go to the window, then you grab, it's like you're gonna pull it, alright? Then you turn this way,
block, block,
and then
right?
you do the front kick, front kick, side kick, you thrust, turn,
And then
side kick, pull,
And then front kicks.
left one, two, and then one, two, side kick,
Side kick. Now I'm going that way. And pass it.
cross. You got to turn with the black block.
Yeah.
Circle.
Now, up here. Yeah. This leg goes here.
Well, that's the.
Okay.
That's the next part.
That was it, you were thinking of, you were missing a part, you weren't. Yeah, you think, yeah, I wanted to go some 2 or 3 more.
I'm just like, I'm like, I'm.
Yeah.
Right now, just, stab, side kick, over.
Okay.
Finish whatever thought you're in the middle of, and then you're in.
Stab,
I know.
then over. Down, and low, go through there. Oh, then
And then side kick. And then that's when you turn around and then front kick.
Yeah.
Right. Front kick, thrust, side kick, and that's where we at.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna, literally 3 moves left, so we're gonna add the 3 moves. So, we've done our last thrust, side kick, we're here. After the side kick pull, left leg's gonna slide into a horse stance. Get in front of the mirror where we can see me. Cut, cut, turn the blade, reach. Finish. So, after the side kick, once I put that foot down, I'm moving into horse stance, cut, cut, turn. And we're done. What's everybody looking at me? Good.
Hey,
Not that hard. 3 cuts.
Zipper.
You will add that stuff up.
He's stabbing, but he's cutting.
Alright, go ahead, let's, I can see some confusion, let's kind of eliminate some confusion here. Once I turn, you're gonna think about femoral, whatever your favorite target down here is.
Zipper them up.
Watch the feet on this last one.
Cut. Oh, they both move, right?
No, no.
Cut.
These
Yes.
ones.
Right? Sure.
Yeah. When he would describe it, he would often describe as inserting this either behind the pelvic bone or above the pelvic bone and cutting up. Sure, you're not gonna get that far through.
Right.
At a certain point, for a while, he would describe it as this. Basically just surface cutting on the way up. Sure. I don't really like that one, so I still show it as cutting.
Right?
I'm just not really thinking about necessarily inserting, because if you insert behind the pelvic bone into the perineum, you're gonna end up basically pushing them. So their head is now that way and the pelvis is here, if you're strong enough. If you're on top of the pelvic bone, you're gonna get to the sternum, and that's where it's gonna stop. There's ain't nobody in here strong enough to split through
Right?
the human sternum. So at a certain point, it's probably gonna be that motion behind it, probably.
Right.
There it is, both feet sucking up together. Just one thing to be careful of, you will see me hopefully being very cautious. This, where is the cutting edge of this blade?
Or
Next to you.
Right here,
Doesn't go like this.
it's right here.
Please.
This is gonna be a bad day,
Right?
remember that one?
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Now imagine that. This- Only mildly better than that, but get it up out of the way.
Hey.
Don't get, crazy stupid about it. Right and left, right? It's right and left, same thing. About that. Just you're not whacking yourself in the face.
Right?
This.
Alright, I got it.
Right? Okay, right? 180. Drop, drop. Drop, drop, drop. Nope, yeah, you're always wanting to add something.
Okay, and once I make this turn, I'm gonna come high, right, down.
I don't know, let's ask this thing.
Okay.
He doesn't believe me. He's like, I don't want to trust you. So, beginning of kata.
Start here with kick, down, turn. And then step forward with this.
Thank you.
That's done.
Okay, you're just one add a thrust, whether there's thrust there.
Don't change.
Making the other first
Turn
kata.
where you make this flat. If you wanna make this flat,
Yep.
whatever the extent of your flexibility is, is going to dictate where this goes. Some go, okay, I want it at this level, at this flat, if I have to do
Alright.
Two.
How'd you hold it?
Psychic. And then now you're
I'm-
gonna be,
If I'm coming
Start with.
this way,
yeah, so you
my
look.
flexibility won't allow
Psychic, right? If you do psychic, go, were you missing here on the east?
all the way,
or
everything.
west side? You do psychic, watch my knife.
limitations.
Ah.
We have the flexibility.
Then, so one side I'm here.
I need to go to this arbitrary point to get there, and I have to do straight.
Right, that's not, you know, this.
Here. And then come back, and then kick. And turn. Go to mirror.
Hold it in.
Here. Inside. Like this. With the knife like this, you can cut it off like this.
Here. Here.
Don't have it like this. More like this, more straight.
Don't let the knife spin in your hand. Whatever your grip is whatever your grip is. Keep that grip.
Here, whatever your grip is, here, change that. Just move that.
Right?
Okay, so that's the end of you.
Yeah, that's the only thing, you just, when you make that one turn, you wanna add something like, knife on one. And add a five. Which part is that? Second time? Wait. Right, there, there's where you want to add something.
Can you show me how you do that? The knife, the knife. Okay.
Oh, no, it's just, thank you. On this, we have to go all the
Okay,
way.
finish whatever you're in the middle of, and then you have a,
And that's when we start over. Still with the back.
on these last three motions, I'm gonna do it facing towards you guys. After I've done this side kick, I'm coming around, I'm gonna prep this hand here. This way,
Right?
cutting, I'm cutting. Once I turn this, I'm grabbing
Right?
here. Now, this is, don't be
Yeah,
stupid.
right?
Think about what we're doing. Grabbing the shoulder-ish. I'm coming up the pipe. They never intersect one another.
Right?
Alright? So those of you that are doing different things with this hand, I'm here, prepped all this, whatever it's gonna be doing bunkai wise. Gripping, not showing you, but showing
Right.
here.
Right?
One thing with, I just limit it to knife for the moment. Once you got it, that's what you got. We're not doing, basically there are two grips for us. There's this one and this one. All right, we practice this switch this way, but we're not ever this. Right here in the middle of this is where you're gonna lose it. Right?
Right.
This. And not ever.
I think that's because since all the other weapons we have were, your kind of bow, whatever it is, you're always loosening your grip, kind of to move the bow around in a sense. You're kind of opening up your hands, where this is more a grip.
Especially with the tongue twister. Right?
elaborate on, when you say bow, what do you mean?
Bow, so if you're doing like an overhead block, you're allowing a bow to turn, you're not doing it like,
The grip changes,
right.
and a couple
Right,
fingers in.
yeah, you never let go of the bow, absolutely, but, like sai, you're flipping it, where, like you said, a knife, like you said, once I get it, don't let go, right? Don't open it up, don't try to do anything unless you're flipping it to this, right? But other than that, I don't ever change my grip.
Yeah, I see what you're saying,
Right.
yeah, I can get behind that. Those of you that shoot, especially shoot pistol, you ever see people who can't hit the target, always milking the grip?
Yeah,
Kind of thing?
Right,
It's,
right.
you know, kind of the same thing, we don't wanna be
primary hand, stabilizing hand.
this kind of
Right.
It's all in here. And as, talking with Sensei John just a minute ago, every person in this room has some sort of physical limitations. We are not genetically perfect. We're not, D1 athletes. We're not going to win a gold medal in anything. It's just the way it is. Your stopping point for everything you do is set by your body, not by some arbitrary goal. So in the same vein, those of you that are doing this cut, fine, I have no issue with this angle. He showed it, several people prefer it, rock on. Do not set the apex of this at some arbitrary point. It ends where your flexibility ends. If I go, okay, I need this level with my nose, and I have to do something like this to get it there, you're wrong. And this is any weapon, karate, same way. Alright? You, what's that, guy? I can't get my leg up.
Who's kicking that high anyways?
So, it's that type of thing.
That would be, his brother.
There are people that can't.
Give me 3 minutes.
At one point I could, not yet, maybe again, once I get fully healed. Yeah. So. Alright, questions on that again? Alright, I got it.
Hey.
Good.
Makes sense real quick.
Essentially, we like the gripping aspect of it, is it like these two and this one, these ones are all on the right? Okay, is that kind of defaulted to that? And I was wondering if that was correct.
For me, that's gonna be the default grip on everything.
Okay.
Step down and around.
Yeah, but never stick mountains in front of it.
So this is where you just.
Never
gonna drop
stick,
it?
never stick these two out.
We're gonna step
They're
this.
long.
Oh, never see anything out, yeah.
Turn. Push. Come back.
This is when you get, oh, there. Right. Yep, and now this is when you're gonna do the 180. Nope, that's good.
We missed the part.
That's just work.
You know what part we missed? We did the part, we came around here. And we did this.
Oh, that's what we do, yeah, I always forget that part. Yep, yep, yep.
And then here.
No, when we go towards the water bottle, that's what we do.
We gotta turn that.
Yeah, so when we did this, we blocked off, and that's when we do that. That's what we do. And then we're gonna move towards the mirror, right? And that's when we do the,
Kick.
yeah, keep kicking in the. Should be,
Here. So, you're gonna do this again.
You got it, Tyler?
Yeah, I got it.
Sorry, kick, hold it in.
I got excited because I did it correctly.
That's what I thought. You got the smile, I think you got it.
Okay,
Yeah.
And then,
first,
hold it back, yeah. Right? That it? Oh.
I forgot what was that?
That doesn't.
So we just take the first half of the kata and replicate that, and
That was the good stuff. In here.
Good.
One, two.
Good. Lock, lock. And drop. And third. Hold. Okay.
Now,
Lock, lock. Good, this is single kick, right? Single kick. Lock, lock.
kick,
Or
kick,
double kick. Oh, no, it's a,
kick, kick, kick,
kick.
kick. Down.
And then this is when you turn all the way around and start over again.
Here. Here.
Fight,
Good.
fight.
Then we're gonna
And
here,
then throw.
here.
And then you're gonna do that 180. Lock, lock.
Yeah.
And then this is where I forget.
Make sure on the end here, we're horse stance first, cut, cut.
I,
Down. And we're gonna go here.
Right?
Kick and here.
Good stuff. And then
Thrust.
kick.
Kick. And here.
Lock, lock.
And then you're gonna
This is that new
step
part.
into the 1, 2, 3. And then, bang.
No, 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 no.
Wheel. Okay?
Okay.
Sure. Here?
Nope,
No.
that's where you wanna add stuff, just drop it. Up through,
Here.
then, pull,
From the
throw it down,
Turn it back.
lock, lock.
Want the second half?
the
Okay. Okay.
this turn, the question earlier said moving this leg.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't never had moving the leg. I was turn. That's the job.
Kick, kick.
Sure. Okay.
Kick.
Okay, you don't have to turn away, I have to turn away.
Okay.
Okay, so on that,
My
we're
body
not
does not
talking
move
that
that
first.
On here.
We're finishing the first part with the kata. We do this. I know I have to go that way.
We're not the same. I have no issue with that.
Right.
When I drive in here, when I turn,
Cause I thought I was through away.
Okay.
to the cockpit. So
We have through
my
away.
front stance here,
Right, and then it's just a, that height.
fully turned,
Okay.
I get
Okay.
just past
Just
the
past
line.
90. Okay.
When you fully turn, you get 130 whatever
Okay.
degrees out.
That's-
Rock on.
Remember, you're gonna stab the other way.
Okay.
So, anyway, you're 180.
All right, go ahead.
I,
Appreciate Tim brought up a good point, it's been kind of poked at a little bit here. Nobody in this room, thank God, is identical to the other, right? It's a simple point of fact. Okay, show the motion that you were just referring to. When he gets to the thrust up under the chin, boom, when he goes to turn, he gets a full turn, full correct direction without moving the foot.
Right?
Because he's built the way he is. I think you do the same, right? Close-ish, similar. I don't. I can do on the same turn without moving the feet, because of the way I'm proportioned, I get just past 90. I need 135, so I have to step over. So I have to show that foot moving over.
What?
Who's right, who's wrong?
No one.
No one.
That's what I was
You're right
talking
for
about.
him, I'm right for me.
That's what you were talking about, that one foot
Yeah.
went to step across.
Right. So there is, again, with the flexibility, okay? Somebody ends here, another person ends here, who's right, who's wrong? Okay, there are, okay, if your body tells you it should be here, and you're doing something squirrely, that's wrong. If your body says end here, that's where you end, everybody's gonna be a little bit different. So there is some allowance and some fluidity, so those people on the internet to go, he came down from on high and chiseled into the stone tablets on this day that this is the way, and no. I think he would always say, he didn't build robots. Go to some dojos, it's like, you got everybody all look the same. Feels nasty to look at. Right? Come in here, you see 15 people all doing the same thing, their way, that's what I think. Alright, questions, comments, concerns on the kata? That's not, sir.
The final stab, sidekick, so it's immediately a spin into a horse stance, or is there a more subtle transition?
I don't know.
Yes, sir. There is a step. There is
There's a
a
step?
Are you?
The short answer to your question is sure, all of that.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not trying to be facetious.
Yeah.
Once here, boom, down, down,
Okay.
done. I'm
Okay.
gonna fluid it out. What we don't ever want is
Yeah.
teaching, learning, that's one thing, but at a certain point, it becomes fluid.
Hey.
Now, like everything, there is such a thing as too fluid, and we've all seen it, people do. So find that Goldilocks zone
Mm-hmm.
that we're trying to hit.
Right?
Listen,
How do we finish after the last cut?
How you gonna finish?
after you
I
do
mean,
this,
as far as like coming up to your,
Okay, basically, to end this kata-wise, throw, turn it, just come to yoi, that's kata, style. kind of thing. This motion, chibori, blood flinging.
Mm-hmm.
Depending on who you ask, you will get answers from it cleans the blood off of the blade to it does absolutely nothing. Pick one. I'm not gonna tell you how he knows, So when he would say, if it's fresh, it'll come off the blood. If it dries, it ain't coming off the blood.
What?
So there's a certain point where will work. I will take his word for that. Want to get a pig or, go to butcher, try it, maybe.
Well, sorry not to be gross, but you also, when you stab somebody, you could be bringing like part of their intestine with you, and like, you just really wanna get it off the knife,
The
right?
heavy stuff on the chunky stuff.
I paid a lot of money for this.
You might take some flesh with it as it comes out.
So flicking position.
It's barb knife, right, yeah.
100%. So, once I'm in here, plus if we think about it, he does get a vote in this conflict. Maybe I missed. Maybe I missed all of that. And he comes in.
What?
So this does have bunkai past that. In teaching, he would teach it as, this is Chiburi, this is blood flinging, this is where we end. Here, absolutely cut him again if I need to.
What?
So there is that. Beyond that, classroom, dojo, just ended in some way that doesn't interfere with everyone else. Now, he would teach it, when he was teaching it, it was like, hey, you're gonna go to tournament and teach it. This,
Right.
Okay, so,
tournament.
so you just turn the knife and then do regular way?
So most tournament kata will start and stop from
Right.
this position.
And usually present the weapon at the beginning kata, like you can see my, whatever I have in my hand.
That's an excellent point.
Right.
This is not shown in a tournament.
No.
If you wanna use the kata for tournament, rock on. This is not shown in a tournament, this is not shown in public, these type of things. So for tournament, yada, yada, yada. Nope. Okay, let's take 5, grab some more water,
Right.
the rest of it if you need it.
Right.
We're done with the tanto, so if you borrowed one, put it back, and just come back with an obi.
Right?
Hey,
I got a whole bunch of extra belts if you guys see it.
Bless you.
Danielle.
Did you want my brown one?
Yeah, okay.
Oh, do we need an extra?
No, use the one you got.
Yeah, okay.
If you just don't wanna take yours off, no worries, borrow one.
Got a couple pink ones for y'all.
Hey, I'm using my pink ones, so let's put the pink.
so that's why you were practicing so heavy.
Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I think I've announced it to everyone that's in this room, but I'm gonna announce it again in case I miss somebody. February 28th, here, Soki Price and Chica Wakai is coming in from Virginia to do a clinic. You will not want to miss that. He is a peer of Hanchi's and the #1 student of Kunigosoke.
I would definitely recommend you guys come, guys. Definitely. February 28th. You might not have another opportunity to meet him.
Right?
He's getting into the age, it's hard for him to travel. He is putting a lot of effort in traveling over here, right? So, like I said, direct lineage from somebody like Kuniwa, you're not gonna see, so take advantage of that,
Right?
okay? I wanted to just real quick, I was talking to Shihan about knife form 2, that I did an open hand of me playing around using the same kind of pattern, but with no knife. And I did it like if I had just, like it was a karate cut,
What?
right? And by thinking that way, like I said, it gave him some ideas, and it might help you guys kind of like visualize some things, okay? Especially on the throws and stuff like that. So I'll do that real quick. I said it's a rough draft, but see if I can duplicate that. Alright, so from here, this is the beginning of the strike. Right? Right?
Right?
Where we at?
Right?
Yes. Right?
Right, that second block.
Right? This is where that jumping kick, right, cause it's, the 2 front kicks.
Right?
Right, I'm not gonna jump it, but you get the idea, right? Right?
Right?
Jump this one here again, right? 1. Right?
Cool.
That's cool.
And in his general practice, it brings up an excellent point, because he would always talk about doing karate kata with your weapons. Didn't dawn on me until he did it, do it the reverse. Try your kabuto kata with empty hand, see what falls out. So you showed me that, a lot of things fell out for my knife form, I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. Always something else to learn.
It was done.
I was done.
Everybody got a belt?
Bye, Sensei.
Before we go on, another senior that used to train here, no.
Bye, Sensei.
We're having a similar conversation one time. What we determined was one time, you know, in the hopefully distant future, we'll be fat, dumb, and asleep in bed, we'll get up and go, I finally got these, and drop over dead.
I know the secret.
I know, oh, damn it. And that's when we cross over.
So you've read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right?
What?
You've read Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, right?
Hitchhiker's Guide.
Not tracking.
The very first paragraph of the book, some guy having a drink in a bar and thinking, oh, I know the answer to life and everything. And then the world blows up.
I didn't remember that part of it.
This is not his story.
All right. Everybody's ready, come on.
Hey,
Good. For those of you that have not done this type of thing with us before,
what?
depending upon the length of the belt, you're gonna grab near the ends, a little bit sticking out. Give it one, maybe two wraps, one wrap for me with this belt. We want to try and have at least enough belt where we get one wrap around the hands. But we don't wanna have like one wrap around the hands and have it be 9 feet long. So we kinda wanna hit that happy medium. Alright? This, what I'm gonna present now, kind of in the same vein of doing your karate kata with weapons, your weapons kata empty-handed, that kind of thing. He alluded to it a lot. I don't remember him specifically saying it this way. He alluded to it a lot. It's something I agree with. Nothing's ever really different. Huh? Is this different from a knife? No, not really. Which is one of the things you'll find doing your weapon kata empty-hand film, things we were just talking about. So it's all interrelated. One thing he would say often, principle transcends technique. Principle is useful for everything. So that's what interrelates everything together. People get on the internet and argue technique, those are the ones who don't know what they're talking about. If you're gonna argue technique, this technique is better than that technique. In what context? What principle are we trying to show? Oh, for this principle, I prefer to show this technique, or I prefer to show that technique. Okay, we can agree to disagree. Principle, because we're showing the same principle. That kind of thing. So same thing here. So we are actually going to do bunkai from the kata we just learned with this. Okay. Couple things about belt. It's not as gentle as it looks. It'll mess you up. I lost track of how many times he knocked me out hitting me with a boot. I mean, flat, unconscious. It's a fun little trick. Hopefully we'll avoid that today. Also, the thing to remember is this needs to be just as fluid, if not more fluid, than the knife. So here's what I mean by that. Just put your belt down for a second, or over your shoulders or something. Don't blast me in the face. Overhead, shoot off. If I try to block, right? Right? Come on, you through that. Right? This is not about hard blocking. This is
Right.
about soft power.
Right.
All right, so in that vein, cut, knife cut, turn, cut, thrust back, front kick, right? Right. The he comes, punches middle. Right. And if you wanna throw on the front gate, throw on the front gate. He's not ready to. Oh, right. This wrap is for gaining distance, if I need it. So, slowly, he's gonna come in, boom. First cut, second cut. Everybody can kind of see where that's coming from. Thrust. Yeah. I want. Pull back. Pop the knee. Now, when I go for that block, we can see that that's gonna get real nasty real quick. Hopefully, yes? Without
Yes.
me choking him to death at the moment. Okay. Find a partner, play with it a little bit. One person just take the obi, throw it over your shoulders, or tucking your feet, or something with it. So.
Moving up with those, with his right hand, right, goes, boom, that's when it wraps, yes. Okay, so you have that kind of like that, yeah. What are you doing? Right in. And then the thrust.
Ish. And more
Right here. This is way here. And then you do that turn.
Here?
I don't know what happened to some people.
Alright, yeah, man. For the most part, everybody in this room,
Right?
stone. I, OB. Alright, so. This opening, I'm not trying to hard power him here. I'm taking his energy peaceful. I'm not trying. I'm gonna eat that one. Now, the only reason I didn't get hit is because I twisted.
Right?
Alright, those of you that are. Alright, thank you, Rudy, for not crushing your stomach.
Right?
I'm gonna add food a little bit.
Right?
Thank you. Thank you. Raka with an obi, if anything, is that. If anything. Now, he should say, thank you, Sharon. It's the actual part is right there.
Right?
That's not like that.
So, that chokehold artery, same thing?
Same thing. That's the closest I can think of. Hard power. With it all. Even then, it's still. Thanks. Think sword, think knife. Same thing. There's a reason I combined these two. They blend together very well.
Right?
Back it up. Yeah.
Yeah, still a little bit.
My face.
Waterfall, now I'm on my head.
Mine is a little short. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, that, you gave yourself a kick, a free kick to mine.
Less.
I can't do nothing.
Hi, Suzanne? Come back. Like, you should there need to come through. Oh, man, you're here. Right?
Now.
Hey.
I mean, after the fact, or
Go the first one,
got that one.
right there. On the side.
Yeah.
Alright, gentlemen, Ken brought up a good point, it bears a better answer. When we are making these wraps, we're literally trying to tie things. So anytime we're thinking, okay, which hand moves where, it's gonna be, well, which hand is gonna bind something? And which hand is gonna unbind something?
The longer strap or not.
Right. So if we're here, we come in here, and he punches, and I do here. From here, if I try to go this way, I'm unwrapping it.
What?
So I want to go this way. As to which hand moves where,
What?
and in what direction. Now, do that on the fly, and somebody's literally trying to punch you in the face, you get to be like him.
Yeah.
I'm not that good. So.
You have to go the direction that won't untie.
You said also do
Well,
the.
you're trying to bring it back.
When you're already gonna throw me.
Yeah, if you're very leather before too, it's like, I kind of might you to pull in my throat.
Give yourself a little more slack. Little slack, little more slack.
That's probably all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got my hand out. Wrap it around? I said don't unwrap it, that's what you do.
This way.
We just go into it.
Not to what you did wrong, you make the neck wrap. From that pop that you did, there'd be other places I would go from there at that distance.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. It's
I'm
not that
not good at
difficult.
this. I've tried it a few times, but I'm
Sure,
not.
I stole that from many years ago.
It felt familiar.
So I sent him a picture of it, one before I left for Okinawa, I said, hey, sir, I'm just letting you know I'm taking your white belt back to Okinawa. I was doing the item, I needed a belt, he said, here you go. Yeah, I don't know, sir, I had it in my bag,
Looking at your hands.
40 years later, hey, I still got a white belt.
Yeah, so that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I will.
I mean,
Hey.
I'm completely going with the,
Yeah, that's what I think.
And then, yeah.
Moving both
the
hands
first thing you
together,
do.
you end up uncoiling.
alright, you're like, trying to do it like block, you're trying to do it like this, like you're just going through the it's like the knife, it's like the knife carrying,
Yeah. It was moving, but if I was struggling, I could probably.
I would do first, the third distribution right, and just was talking about it. No, you're not, you're not.
Yeah, then I'm worried.
Alright, go ahead. Let me add one thing to this. This is gonna sound infinite honestly more humorous than I intended to be, and I can't think of a better way to say it, so we'll just go with the humor. For OB size, it doesn't matter. Okay? In reality, this used to be, or could be, what's called a Manrican. For those of you that don't know what a Manrican is, it's a length of chain with two metal balls on the end of it. They came in lengths of 12 inches up to 12 feet. Different bunkai
Hey.
between those two. Mostly carried by monks and palace guards, because you weren't allowed to cut people in those two particular professions. So, same thing here. If you, well, in reality, what is this? In today's world, what is this?
It's the belt that's on my shorts in the
Okay,
locker room.
Ken's gonna be fighting pantsless, okay, cool.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I got it.
Or it's,
Not disagreeing with you, just making some light.
Garden hose?
or it's a scarf, it's a scarf.
Like that?
In Florida?
Oh,
A scarf?
Ladies,
Let's say.
It's very stylish.
ladies purse strap.
Purse strap.
Backpack.
Anything that's, long, flexible. So if you are deciding that's the road you wanna go down, because again, nothing against the law of walking into a federal building with a necktie on.
What?
The length will matter. Those of you that find yourself one wrap and you're kinda right here, yeah, you definitely need, you can pop it out and do it this way.
Right?
Okay, I think nothing wrong with that either. Ideally, as I say, ideally, we want a little bit sticking out and at least one wrap. So that I can add length if I need it, and I'm not just trying to do this. 'Cause if this is a Manrican, this is that metal ball. If this is a Manrican and it's doubled, I get that type of thing. 'Cause I can now add length to it. In Taijutsu, that we do, we kind of settled on about 6 footers, so that we can get this type of motion out of it. If you find that you are, with the OB that you currently have, that you are here, in one wrap, and you're still finding this difficult, just do single.
What?
You find yourself, if it hangs long, that doesn't, this type of thing for today is not relevant. Just give yourself some room that you can play with and you're comfortable in.
What?
With one wrap.
Right.
Okay, go back to it.
What? You wanna just do the single? A little bit more?
That happens, exactly.
Yeah.
Right?
I does it, right?
And
Right,
then
that's it.
bring it around.
Yeah.
There you go. Now, with your, with your right hand, unroll that one loop.
Oh, yeah.
Once again,
From where I
one
went,
table would turn and all of this, your head pops off and goes that way, the body goes that way. You need to do your more stuff.
I'm gonna, it's a race.
Notebook.
Yeah, kind of.
This
right here.
Just FYI. Yeah, yeah, and it would have. Prevent you from choking. Well, either way, I would grab them.
Now you can think about that.
Wanna try the?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to use that.
Right.
You use big section.
Let me save you a little effort. Well, what we're
I think you put my hand like here.
sticking with the kata, I want to bring it with me. So my entry, I want to step back.
Right.
If if I'm gonna step in, I'm going out to different, because I'm gonna be in a vastly different position, so now I'm trying to work, and I thought that we did.
I guess that was.
Bring it over here, do that, and then we go to the next.
And you're gonna do your turn.
It's not, I have down
Other direction.
Pop him with a knee leg front kick, just to loosen up the leg. Oh, there you go. Then take your right leg and slide in. And then turn. And then when you finish that, block, you got the thing that goes over. Sure.
Just slow.
actually trying to play action.
100%, I just wanted to see how it ended up. Absolutely. Absolutely, good. I just wanted to see the color.
That's why I wanted to see if it was back.
If you really wanna make one better, move that foot in here, to the center. Now do the.
Like,
And then, these are next.
Then I said, like, I don't know where.
They do that. Turn the other way. I know, it's kinda hard to, when you're just repeating it.
the direction you're going is not wrong. For purposes of today, showing the left out that you want to the right. Comes in, I want to the center.
That's me. I got this here. Just happen. I'm still. Whichever one I can
You don't want to handcuff yourself. Good plan, other than that one.
How do I do that with?
I love it. Exactly.
I didn't see a damn thing.
You spear. That spear.
Let's see if you can do.
One, two, knife form.
Hey.
Sorry,
I
thank
pulled
you.
that with that.
I didn't, I saw you. I was like,
Go.
Progress. Hey.
Yes, it's great.
Double right.
Alright, yeah, man.
it's.
Let's talk about something real quick. 'Cause I'm seeing a lot of this.
Hey.
It's not doing anything wrong. It's just when it happens, it's kind of causing some brain glitching. Back in the day, when I first started trail hunting, he would demonstrate a bunkai. Everybody got it? Anybody want to see it again? Yes, sir, we would like to see it again. He would do it again. That's different. You say that one more time, sir? Yes. You do it a third time. Yeah, that was different. Which ones they want us to do? I don't know. You ask him. I don't want to ask him. You ask him. And then finally, what I was, a lot of times being, which one of the three would you like us to do, sir? Do what I just did. Years to figure out what the problem was. The problem with him, the problem with me. The issue was his uki was coming different. And he would optimize his response for what his uki was doing. Same principle, slightly different, visually technique. So, I was playing around here. How many got the same thing the same way twice in the half hour we've been working? Anybody raises your hand, you're a liar. Okay? Okay? And that's, seems, it's causing everybody a little bit of a, last time I was here, this time I was here, or some version thereof. You're gonna get what you get when you got it. He's gonna punch a little different, his arm's gonna be lower, you're gonna do something different. Keep the principle. Normally, what I'm seeing is, they'll come in, they'll be punching a little different height. Now everybody's overthinking it. Oh, I gotta get here, I gotta get there, this hand's gotta get, no, do stuff.
Well, that's right, it's the, I forgot it's the kata, I'm just trying to do it sensei.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all we're doing. And then just let the obi cover something. No reason to overthink it, pass that. You got something, Todd?
Yeah, guy,
Yeah?
yes, sir. Sorry, guy threw a kick in one of them, and I was like in the middle of the knife, and I was like, oh. So, and I did the whole knife, the covering with the hand, and try and put his arm in the middle of his kick and the spear. And I just did that naturally, and I was like, it does work.
It does work. Sorry. Okay, just, okay, I'm not, been there, done that, I still will. You say it all the time, just do the damn cut.
Okay, easier said than done, sir.
Oh, absolutely.
Easier said than done.
Absolutely. Do the kata, what kata? He's moving, he's talking, that's not right. That doesn't happen in kata. Alright, back at it.
I see.
You want to do that again? So let's go like a 3 or 4 and a 3 or 4 switch.
Let me return that call just for the heck of it.
Okay, you might wanna shorten that a little bit.
You guys wrapped it.
I think it will feel better. Alright.
So take out the slash.
I don't know what you did, like, I was gonna throw and you pulled me forward. So I was like trying to punch.
It's not exactly the motions, but it follows the routine.
You
Not sorry.
push or pull me to counter.
Oh, wow.
They're just trying to stop me.
Now I'm going to try to have
Well, we're just doing a couple, right? This is the first part of it.
You know me in sparring, I like to stay here. Okay. You done.
Well, yeah, but I was just trying not to beat it.
Yeah, I'm like actually trying to do it.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I don't know, you.
But yeah, so you're so,
I don't know,
you know,
it's purely accidental.
I would just say that.
So can you
Your
pull?
belt was hitting my hand.
You're like,
That's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to let some out as I get up there.
I'm right. This is the one that's better. Don't try to undo this.
right.
Friction back. I go like that, it's gonna. Yeah, if I tug on it, it's gonna like dig into the thing. You and I, we were able to get tighter on the other.
Started telling me I'm already off that book.
Cool.
Yes.
The,
There, it's like.
getting the right length. Cause when you first come in, you gotta be close enough.
Yes.
I don't want to do that. Going way too low right now. Make a mess up enough.
Okay.
I think you're trying to get too much of the belt. And he's doing a little bit, he's almost blocking, he's blocking the forearm. As you get closer to the forearm, then you can kind of get it, right? And as you go in below, right?
Still a lot of my
Yeah,
weapons.
see how,
See how he gets out of the way, gets on the side.
and I'm like on
Takes
the
away.
side, it's
Yeah.
a whole wrap,
Oh, so you guys don't wrap it?
well, this one will wrap.
That's
But
why
the
here,
point is this,
that's why you do that.
when you come in there, open the door, right? Get
So,
close,
I just want to try
right? We'll wrap it. Now, step in, see how I'm doing, I'm not gonna go straight in here, I'm going over here a little bit.
to, but I couldn't get anything with that
Right?
collection.
And then that should get me close enough to do this.
Oh, that's wrong.
Yeah, and then here, it all depends what you
So,
do.
yeah, because he turns it around and it moves him from.
Yeah, I got it, I stepped in.
Right, depends what he gives me here. Right, but get that body in there and get close, and then see what comes up.
Okay.
But you definitely
Get
need my
closer
weapons
to the
away, because the whole
forearm.
time I'm like.
Guys,
fronted.
when
I-
you're blocking too much with the belt
I-
at the beginning, if I interpret this correctly. Alright, so he is almost blocking with the arm. And then using the wrap for it, alright? Like he said, he's not doing this with it, alright? He's kinda coming in, let it come in, he's blocked it, and now the arm fell into your thing,
I-
alright? And then you come in and get close. Now, what I was doing with, I was doing with him, as he punched in, and I came in and wrapped, right, cause the kata, right? And I'm going to now go like that punch, that thrust, right? To kinda get close. Oh,
Right.
now, it's a lot easier for me to wrap. Right?
I-
And then if I'm wrapping over here, I got a lot of pressure that I can kinda do over here and do some other things with, right? I still have a little bit of extra juice in here, but that's the thing, some of you guys are doing this. And we are way too far and trying to go over here, and now you can't read it because that's stiff,
I-
right? Here. Get close. He didn't give me that, so I have to do something else with it. Alright? And even this up here, I think I seen you doing this. As you doing this up here, oh, that elbow just kinda came in.
What?
So I can get him a little bit closer. You follow?
I-
This, oh, this one is kinda, oh, well, this one is something different.
I-
This one, the arm kinda came a little bit different here, right? So it all depends what you get.
What?
But get to the side, slide in, get to the angle so you can get it. If you're going straight in,
Like he still has his buttons, you know, me, if you're
yeah,
straight in,
you
right, I
want
can
to,
still.
a 45 flank coming when you're doing that.
Right.
But the whole thing is, open the door, like I said, come in. Step in. Step in, open the door. A
Right.
little bit,
Right.
alright? And then with this hand, manipulate it where you want. You want it low, right? And then you can kinda go up a little bit. And then you can keep it, like this, or whatever comes up in there.
Right?
100%, I have 0
So the difference is, he was doing a jump kick, so I was gonna do the other one.
You don't like people fussing.
Right? No, you're actually kind of coming around here, around that way. No, same man, but come around this way, so you're gonna turn me that way. Instead of turning me this way, you need to turn me that way, because it takes away my weapon. Because you're gonna turn me this block, okay? Do this way, right? So, now, you grab my neck. So now, well, I don't know which hand to use, you're saying I'm watching it.
It's too short, then it's too long.
You have to get all the way around.
Sometimes the whole night, the whole thing is,
Right. Right. Here, right?
So you're still in the front of them, remember? Slide away.
And I'm okay to unwrap as I go around, right, cause I need.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. Is it?
You wrapping it up a gift over there?
Yeah.
So here,
Yeah, I'm on the side of you, right? Your knee is right under mine. Yeah, I gotta be on the side of it, but not straight.
Very nice of you. That gift, I don't have in no hands.
you know, what I'm talking about, see how I'm coming, I didn't know I'm coming around.
No, I'm not supposed to use my mouth.
A little bit different, but then I can go that way.
You get more on the side.
So I need to step, so if I step here, I'm vulnerable. Is that?
Go ahead, continue.
Block. Wrap.
Okay.
See, I'm losing it.
That's okay. Now, try it.
And then at that point, I have a hard time.
Yeah, that, I was trying to, I got, no.
There's something that you have.
No, it's not.
So here, if you like,
Now you.
Oh, if I step in. Oh.
Now all the things appear. So that, you could either done this, you could either done this. Just,
where I want it.
Why are we thinking we are 2,000 fighting? We are not.
While you were doing that last series of events, you're gonna find everything. It's gonna muddy the words up. I'm not saying hurt you. Try as much as you can. Okay, I've got this wrap, it's got the intention. Where do I go from here?
This way.
Because it forces you back. Oh, it's so weird.
Right there.
I think it's the,
Right there.
the body not
This
like
one is going that way too.
Yeah, so, you know, I just noticed that. I drop it backwards.
They are.
Yeah, I have it like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not even trying to.
Yeah.
Where do we teach that? Where do we teach?
I need you to do a little bit extra. I think you got your head.
No, that is right. If I just
No,
stood
I'm wrapping
there.
it.
If I just stood there, yes.
Keep it. You did one.
Yeah.
This is gonna be my last one.
And then maybe you can see, I'm still having it wrapped over here. I haven't really, really done anything with it. I still have it just here.
So this is my point, so, because I'm coming in this way, right?
You wrap it up here.
No.
Wrap it up here.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you may block.
So wrap it up,
Come
keep
here.
it tight.
Yeah. Wrap. Sorry, this is
No.
my weapons for here. You don't wanna step into the way.
Right?
No, I
Right, on the side,
Then you can kind of
around the
wrap
head.
it. Come over.
But the idea is you do that way.
It's easier for me to do that. And then,
My
I'll
point
come
is,
over here, one turn.
I'm here, so you wrap it up. The idea is that
Right, cause I'm pulling and pushing
if
on
you
the other.
turn
Okay.
me towards you, right, if I'm wrapping your head doing that, I swing
Or
forward.
if you take
So the idea to me is I want to push you that way. I can't do, right, right, I'm here, right? So then you got your wrap up. That goes to where he's moving the head, so the key is going that way.
nice.
That way. If I go that way, then I have less power, I guess.
And then what are you saying? I would just bring you this way, right?
Yeah, you would make you
Oh, I'll just go like this.
Right, if you do that, it's bringing me into your,
Well, I'm gonna throw you down.
I would probably never again.
try to get me the other way.
You don't wanna go that way, so you have weapons.
Now that you've got me in sight like that.
So, you may do a reverse, just finish it up. Step through. Right. Wrap around the head, turn it up.
It's building up.
Yeah.
So, when you wrap the first time, lay your head together. Yeah, but we're just gonna go to get.
Not that you're gonna stay.
saying I'm gonna turn you that way, why? Because your power, you know, over here, and I've got you going that way.
I've seen the same thing.
Trying to drive to that speed.
But it does,
If
it
they found
does,
them well, then they got a lot of leverage, they might
Yeah.
not be able to control that.
yeah, you have to be able to.
Commented.
I can get that, I can get that.
That's why I always go over.
And
That's why I
show
braced.
the time.
Yeah, yeah, you had a, you had me.
Yeah, because you were,
Dude's gonna, you gotta do it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it.
Oh, that's wrong.
Oh, I went the wrong way.
Also, it's like that, he's gonna be playing time to find that spot that pushes you, hit your hip down.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna.
Thanks, I just wanted to make you aware.
Thank you. This is definitely, yeah,
And then sling it in.
I think you still get the effect.
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
point. I mean, that's a good point.
that pressure down.
But you can do it either way, I'm just letting you know that, hey,
Worked out that way.
one way, everybody was that way, the other way, everybody
When
was.
you start looking at it, kind of like losing
But like I said, you're gonna do it.
You want, once you get that
You know,
tension
what
in
makes
there,
sense.
keep it. You know, yeah, once you get that tension in it, everything is all pretty good. Keep it in there.
This way, you did it.
Whatever comes up.
No, he moves right along with you. Yes, we're a little far.
What, look,
Closer.
Alright, you know what?
wrap my head. But,
Take a breath, ease off for a moment. Bring it down a little bit.
what?
Not that anybody's doing anything wrong, I just don't want it to escalate where somebody gets into a good fight and pops an elbow or something. So like, Sean brought it up and we were debating on how to broach this subject, so I'm gonna broach it this way. Everybody needs to be a good training partner on both sides.
Right.
Yes. We don't wanna be a Hollywood Uki where we're giving them everything. We also don't wanna be an asshole Uki where you're not gonna move me, cause eventually they're gonna move you. It's probably gonna break something. So if you find you're fighting your person, don't give them the opportunity to break something. So, little resistance is fine, depending on level, that can escalate a little bit, but let the technique flow.
What?
Don't get it to them. Also, don't try to, I'm not moving, you can't make me move you. Trust me, somebody will move you.
What?
That can be a bad day. That one. Questions on this particular little bunkai piece? No?
It's very hard to fit the actual, right?
It's not.
For me, sorry.
Sorry.
For me, I don't find myself getting to a cat stance at all, or coming here and then going like this, right? I can't visualize this with this. I see this, I'm not, you don't step forward, but I see this, right? But I can't, like, I'm stepping forward, not backward, right? There's some adjustment, right? Or maybe not, I don't know.
Yes, no?
Well, first of all, we go this way, right?
You see, you're so liberal, so liberal.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm laughing because I'm laughing at me when I was saying the same thing.
Okay, all right, it's not me.
Let's have the conversation in 5 more years and then let's have it again in 10 more years.
Okay.
And see if you say the exact same thing. I'm laughing at me, not.
Understood, sir. Yeah.
Where you are, everything you said makes perfect sense. That will change.
What?
What is the difference between doing this and doing this? I'm still making the same step, I'm still ending up at the same angle, so there is that. But again, everybody has been where you say the same thing, so. You just happen to be the one that threw yourself out in front of the thing.
But I'm not sure, maybe I'll just think of it, I'm just like, how do I?
And you're right, and it goes back to what I was saying, when he would do a bunkai, and we would, which one of the 15 bunkais that you just showed do you want us to do, sir? And he would, "Oh, what are you talking, he would literally look at us like we're retarded. And we're like, why does he look like, he did 15 different things, you saw 15, yeah, I saw 15 different things too. And he's looking at us like we're the ones that were retarded, like, until we finally figured out, oh no, he did exactly the same thing 15
That was the
times.
one.
You
What
just-
stance was that?
Yeah. Good, that was the other part of it. Got a sense? Got a sense? Yes, no? Got a sense? Yes.
Yes.
There's textbook, and there's combative, and they're the same, and not the same.
Hey,
Yes. Kata, absolutely. Absolutely, you know, decent cat things. Exactly the same thing. What didn't change when I did this?
Your weight
My weight
distribution.
distribution.
And talking about weight distribution, that's the important part. That you actually are distributing it back. Like, the kata will have a kata, so think about that as the receiving, right? When he did the first thing, he received going back. Even though he didn't get the kata, that's it right there, right? The knife that comes over here, that is the wrap.
Oh.
The thrust is the one getting it closer.
I see it as you go, so.
Yeah, you
I
go over
see.
here, you go, oh, okay, you know, maybe the block was not exactly alike, but the reception was, the wraparound was, the stepping was, and then whatever the heck gets you is.
Yeah, there's a little, I see.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
It's there, but it's so subtle, and when he did it, it is all about the weight distribution of that. You know, did he come to a cast sense?
Sure.
Yay, right?
mm-hmm.
Because of where he put his weight.
As we talked about, or at least I talked about, you know, stances being fixed snapshots in time in that little flip book.
Right.
Here, let's step back. To get to here. I transitioned through this point to get to here. So this is just one frame earlier than here. This is one frame later to rock on. So where do you make the snapshot in time? So one of the things I'm trying to also kind of just massively dump out here is how do we read kata? Now, I rode you guys out in the middle of the ocean, and chucked you out in the middle of it, and said, here is how you read knife form 2 from this aspect of it. He did the same thing to us. Circle of violence. Never ends. He would say, you know, I'm not putting myself in this category. Him, so surprised, you come to a clinic, it's like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Right.
Okay? Me, not so much. Okay? I try and fry your brains a little bit to the best of my ability to honor them, but I'm nowhere close to that. We walk out going, I used to know how to eat and drive, I don't even have brain cells left for that anymore. It would be so much at the same time. So we've all been there, all done that. It's humorous because we've been here,
Right.
done that, not laughing at you, laughing with you, and you will do it to your students. If you don't, he will come back and kill me in the afterlife again, and I will come back and haunt you.
See you in heaven.
Exactly.
Like when I went with Sogan Prior, there was like, do a technique, when you start to get it, maybe you practice it 3 times, 2 times, there's another one. And then you go and, okay, I think I got the first try, there's another one. And it keeps compiling like that, you're like,
And you do that for 4-6 hours,
yeah.
and then after that, he goes, I'll go back to the first one and
Yeah,
practice that.
you're not,
You're like, what?
First what? You know, that kind of thing. Oh, I'd like to mention this earlier, thank you. In the same event, okay, we spent 2 hours learning or going over knife form 2. In Japan, back in the day, you were showing kata 3 times. 1 time slow all the way through, 1 time medium all the way through, 1 time full speed all the way through, and then you never saw it again. So if you didn't have it by then, you would tell the story, that's how they used to learn kata in Japan. He said if you were having a bad day and you missed it, then you spent the next 4 years scanning the dojo for somebody who was working on that kata and then trying to mimic them in the back room without sensei seeing you. You had 3 shots, do a kata 3 times, how long would it take you to do that form 2-3 times? 5 minutes? It's not yours, deal with it, and you respected that, so. Good luck, I couldn't do that my best day. So, there is that. Alright, anything else on that first bunkai? Yes, no? Okay, then we're gonna jump to the end just because I feel like it, and I like it, so. I'm gonna play with it, just think what I'm thinking of, I'm standing up here. So, John's gonna load, we're gonna start literally from here. Just again, just because I think it's gonna be fun. It might work out, it might not work out. He's going to step in and punch. Take what you can get. Take what you can get. If your uki's not wearing a cup, be careful.
Pipe?
No.
You know how you do chaku, sir? A figure 8, right?
So, nothing is really different, right?
Sorry, sir. Is that the end of the kata?
Yeah, we're at the very end. We jumped straight to we went from the very beginning
Yeah.
to the very end, just because I feel like it.
Okay.
Now, couple things can/should happen here. The one thing that should not happen here is don't blast me this time. Come get me, just don't blast me this time. Right? Because where are we from the kata? We finished this last thrust, side kick, we are turning to get to this shiko. Right? We're turning. When you're sitting aboard for your test and I feel particularly peckish and I go, bunkai the turn and the turn only to whatever. What is the turn showing? So, sensei comes in to blast, take the ribs.
Saw the flinch.
We now know whether he's wearing a cup or
Bye,
not.
Sensei.
Here, if you feel really froggy,
Oh.
take him this way. 'Cause the other one's gonna come, we know it's gonna come. So, this one comes, boom, maybe it shuts it down. Who cares? Everybody see in the mirror?
Pipe?
Which one do you want us to do? I don't care.
That's the idea.
Alright? Not wearing a cup, tell them. Not that it should matter to them, they might care.
Alright, guys, be very gentle with that move. Don't go fast, cause you'd be surprised how hard that belt can get when you accelerate.
And no joke, I've been knocked out more times than I can remember how to count with that technique. So yes.
And I heard that Xian used to break boards with the belt. Absolutely. Used to go and do, and break boards with it.
Right?
I only heard it, I haven't seen it.
I haven't physically seen it, I've talked to many people who I trust, who are
I think
still
it was,
alive, who've been there.
Mark Moore told us that he actually used to break the board with the belt, just to let you know that the strength it has.
What?
Just be careful.
Bye, Sensei.
Alright, try it.
Right?
Careful.
Yeah. That's all.
No cup.
Get her, man, get her. That was your shot, we have like 3 years.
Anshi, Jerry was talking to me harshly today. Could you call him?
Half.
Oh, really? I'm gonna say.
I knew it.
He was ill.
Dylan, you're like, you're so wrong. I remember during my black belt test, when I was gonna spar, I heard Hanshi say, "Do not hurt her. Do not hurt her, or I will hurt you." I was like, yeah. Okay, hey.
That's it. It's the,
I say Tim, right? That one there?
Oh, yeah.
so you have to grab
onto something. Bring it up.
So,
Less arm blocking, sweep it out. Forehand, less arm blocking, and we'll keep the shot. That's necessarily blocking.
He was facing me.
but I'm actually on line two.
Yeah.
So literally use that as a whip.
Yeah.
There's no getting around it.
Yeah, that works for me.
Control the shoulder, recover.
No.
That's a map. I know you go. Whoa, the whipper.
So I would keep working on it.
I don't know why, he's just had
What'd you say again?
That's right.
It was an actual man.
Don't even I can take that.
If I,
One of the reasons
okay.
I've already got my sword.
Five, it's a, right.
Yeah.
Plus it's a, right? Right?
Well, yeah, it was, I did this.
Yeah, see how you kind of weigh in and step back again? 1, 2, okay.
I'm gonna throw something else. I'm not gonna leave my arm out there while he beats me with a belt, right?
It would be silly of you to do so.
Right, so like in here.
Yeah, I think that.
I'm gonna- Right, so you got it right.
Anyway.
Scott.
And then chuck it out.
Hey,
Yeah, you got the idea of it.
Leave a rip back.
yeah, this would be good for that.
Alright, yeah, man.
Hi.
Just so that we don't set the wrong mindset, I'm gonna throw this out. I've seen some things that may or may not be implanting themselves. Just see how that. I'm not his body slave. And it flies off of it. You're right.
What?
What we are trying to achieve, and it's difficult to do visually without really doing it, is we're basically sorting.
Hi.
As we are making this arc, we're trying to impart this tightening as it's making its arc, and then cutting through on the target. So I don't wanna be so close that I'm, doing that kind of thing. range, as I cut, it's gonna want to wrap eyes out, which can be good, you can grab and things like that. If I'm striking, I want a longer range, so that I'm actually getting that
Right?
coming through. Now, we can do both of those gently,
Right?
without killing one another, and that's fine. It's got to be the correct motion.
Right?
If you see when I stop, I'm trying to read, you know, it's same with the knife.
Right?
It keeps that tension just from its natural momentum. And it's that extension and tension that as it cuts through, it cuts them down.
Right.
So, for this, you want fairly short-ish.
Right?
Again, wrapping, you want this one, you want fairly shortish. This, sure, you may work. Nobody in this room can. That's a lot of technique, a lot of momentum to get that much soft cloth extended. An actual man reaping, sure, anybody in this room can do that. With this is almost impossible for us.
Right?
That bad boy up a little bit. Holmes?
Also, with your partner, if you wanna achieve that, that means that you might have to accelerate a little bit, so you can get that. Hit the shoulder instead of the neck,
Right?
alright? And my partner was doing the shoulder, he was doing really good with the shoulder, and me on the shoulder, he was able to extend and not hurt me,
Right?
right? And I think
Cool,
that that's,
good point, absolutely.
you know, okay?
I can say.
I do it one time, that's true.
I think
Thank
so.
you.
You just open it, you know.
It's almost like, I was trying to get a feel for it.
I'm not gonna think that's, I think that's what it was, you know,
Yeah.
what you were thinking about.
Yeah, you're like, I get what he means, like,
Take it really sharp.
I get what he means, like, it felt like a one, like a tree.
It's like a inch rack kind of thing.
It felt like a
Okay, I'm pretty long. You did that short thing? Good.
Not one.
I, yeah, you're not gonna get it. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, do it one more time, and I'll train you how to with another strike, so here, you're hitting me. No, back of the head, go, what you did was, yeah, no, first thing we did is,
save that,
yeah,
save this.
and it's done. Yeah, that's okay, it's okay.
Yeah, that's different, right? Because you're not using that block, right? You're blocking.
That would hurt.
So, that way you were, you know, he was showing, stepping, you know, turning.
Yeah.
You were out.
I stepped a little bit out and forward, I was slightly angled, and then
How did you get on my shoulder? Can you do it again? No, I meant, oh, yeah, sorry. So. Oh, and then you come up, right, okay.
By you. Talking about you. Like, Need it.
Boom. Not quite the distance you want, so let's incorporate this, so.
Yeah, I think I was doing the second time.
see how you can break it, because it's so much material going stiff.
Hey! Alright.
I saw that, John.
You can also just set it aside, right?
Yeah, you came with that last time.
I tried that. I tried that.
I mean, hey,
I couldn't get it right, so I was back. Yeah, I was trying to bring it across this way.
Like, if I was taking full force in those spots.
Oh, yeah, you know, we always say, you're taking me.
Yeah, I think it's-
Necessarily.
Yeah, I guess we're,
I guess at this point.
why are you doing the photo?
Really see it,
I'm coming here, so you're not really even worrying about the skin, you're just trying to cut it. What?
That's it.
I think in reality, when I could afford, I would come out here.
That's
Going to the top.
I mean, very good background. Only when you chop over there.
Let's see.
You know how
Here, you
they
can-
taught us to fling it over, go over here, grab their wrist.
Here. I'm coming here. I could. Alright.
You step out of the way.
But then that would be sound. I like this looking sound. I like this. Yeah, it does. As long as you know.
Yeah, I feel like I would just, so I'll go, I'll show you what I'm visualizing.
Right.
Coming back, I would bring it right here. Yeah.
You can, if you wanna do that, feel free at least one time, because you caught me in the face during this test, and I still need some payback, so if you wanna take it, you can have it.
Well, I think he's gonna get a turn on me. Yes,
So
sir.
it is his turn next, that's your problem, not mine.
As I understand it, you asked him to pop you
I
like
did,
this, sir.
he did exactly what I asked him for, doesn't mean he gets away with it for free. He could have not done it.
I guess I'm back here again, so.
I didn't.
That one I did. Oh, yeah, keep the flow going, right? And then back here. And then actually, I took him up that.
Yeah, like I said.
And I'm protecting my foot, I don't have a lot of strength from the other hand, if I'm on this side. Can you try and?
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
When you try and, when you go into this,
Yeah, the hand's already here. Like that, right? That's why I was there. So I'd have to adjust my, if you started countering, I might be here. Yeah, and my hand's already there to. Right.
maybe you're extending your arm off of it. And then try
So I
to,
gotta keep it there. From here.
this is the beginner, and then
That's not
right
right
here,
here.
and then that.
Yeah, from here.
Oh, we're gonna do
Maybe
this
it's
again
just
anyway.
up here. Try something.
Alright, anyway. I think we'll do for, maybe finish up, maybe add something a little bit after. We're gonna grab a bag for your pair. And convince ourselves that I'm not lying to you about this.
What?
So instead of hitting each other, we're gonna hit the bag.
What?
One of the main points of this is to get that locked out momentum of the obi. Once I make contact, I'm not going to hard strike. I'm going to cut.
What?
Literally, like sword, bow, whatever. You know. Cut.
I-
So we're here. Oops. Notice where I end up. I don't end up here. I want ahead and play with it.
Was that, you got it? This is Frederick over here.
Frederick? Wow, what a formal name.
Can we rename it?
Right.
Oh, it was Nicodemus. No.
Frederick the Third, Frederick, yeah.
Oh, they're standing around, hit something, now's your chance, first.
What's happening?
Go through one motion. So,
Alright, yummy. Alright. When Shiha was doing it with, Yoshi was doing it, right? Use your, right? Right? He was coming down, and you see him, he's lowering his weight. And he went. I see a lot of, right, no. Right, you kind of use your weight in there, alright? Use your weight and open it up.
Loose. My friend was rock looking at that. Sword talk in for this one. How does a knife sword cut? What one motion must it make in order to cut something?
Down along the blade, across the.
It's either got to push or it's got to pull. Alright? If you just sit, I don't care how sharp it is, just sit still, it's not going to cut anything. Now, I never saw him do this. He hit me doing this, but I never saw him do this. He used to break boards doing what I'm going to describe. I never saw him do that. He did hit me multiple times. He would take his live knife, his tanto, sharp, hold it in his hand and break boards or hit me. Not cut anything. Now, there's a way to hold your hand so that it doesn't wiggle and all of that. So there's a lot of technique. But the point is, as long as it's not going this way, it's not going to cut anything. A lot, and by a lot, I mean most of you are banging at this thing. Like fishing, right?
Side?
Was to really overemphasize. Not now, when I cut through, yes, I am drawing this way. It's also down. If I just go down, even if I drop weight, there's one sound, right? If I cut,
Wait,
different,
I can say,
better, worse?
Better.
Better in my opinion, right? So that, not cutting, always cutting.
Right.
Cool.
Yes.
I'll point on that, you mentioned the knife, right? We doing this knife, right? If you're going to do the slice, right? Do we do, what do you guys? Do we do this? Or we do gonna cut like that, or you're gonna cut like, right? That's what's gonna give you the break on the skin.
Right.
And that's what he's saying, right? So, don't just, you are going to be hitting. That's the cut. This?
Yeah, it's on.
It's on.
Down.
Yeah. No, it was like a. Yeah. And then. That's where
Try and hit the next.
Just remember, when you do that jump stroke, you smack yourself in the face.
Right.
Yes, says it, John, that's what I'm talking about.
This is very consistent. When I get the chocolate, I never see myself in the. I see myself in the.
Yeah, I can't, I'm not trying to be facetious.
No, I understand, Sam, but I'm just.
I'm not.
I'm here, I'm here.
If I had to guess, I would say, at some point, losing control of the ball and smacking and going for one, two, or over rotating. Those are no more.
Want to try it?
Stand.
Well, this time I didn't. I'm squaring off against it.
It's great, I don't miss it, but a little more
Yeah.
right? And I'm
What's
like,
the second one?
now, there you go.
You need to get my extended.
One girl.
Yeah, that's like we just didn't split in this.
Shortest belt that I can.
You tried to do that, and
Yeah, I never thought about it. You do that, use that thing.
Whack!
Yeah.
So we're on. You're gonna need to cheat. You gotta put it in this. Go ahead. You gotta sort that out, right? See what I mean? It's so light, I'll let you short it out. I just don't want to fall. You're either getting tired or you're losing the mojo, one or the other. Keep everything that you're doing, just
You have
extend your
with that same note.
projection. Yeah. Try this. You keep doing what you're doing. Think about it. Just let the bag get involved. So try to reach him. Think about trying to reach him. Yeah. Other than missing the last one, did you hear the difference? Does anybody have any doubt in your mind that you wanna trade places with the bag right now?
No, sir.
Just asking, I thought maybe I was lying to y'all, something like that. You sure nobody wants to? Nobody down?
Right here, look.
Oh, yes, okay, take Fred's place.
We're just kidding, Scott.
Only half jokes. Yeah. It'll work, it'll be a bad day. It was, Shan brought up a good point. He was trying to use this, basic white belt that's about an ounce and a half, and, yeah, not really working. And then as he was talking, telling me about, his experience using that, it dawned on me that Hanchi's belt is this canvas belt that the thickness this way was about a half an inch of solid canvas. That was the one that he hit me with. I'm like, okay, when in doubt, cheat. Choice of weapons, always important, always important. So there is that, kind of add yourself, give yourself as much advantage as you can with that. Now, how many of you had old school parents with a leather belt?
I'm getting PTSD with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had.
When your dad gets home,
We
right?
did that,
Oh.
lucky you didn't have this technique, right?
I wonder why he wrote it so
Yep.
short now.
Yeah.
Now I know.
Back in the day, everybody has seen a Marine in full dress blues, right?
Right?
Best uniform on the planet, no offense. Right?
No, the Army admits they have the best uniforms,
Okay.
absolutely.
Let's dress sailors around, sir.
That big belt right there? I think that's 4. Doesn't hold up your pants, that's for damn sure. Had a Marine tell me this one. It's got a little hook buckle on the end of it, it's not like an actual belt buckle. Pop that off. Got that buckle on the end of it. The last thing I want is some pissed off 19-year-old Marine coming at me with that belt, right? Speaking of which, for all of you people young enough to still be in college, I heard the story about the frat that thought it'd be a great idea to jump a bunch of Marines and steal their ID cards.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a good idea, don't ever do that.
Yeah.
You can still find the news article online, because it's probably been 10 or 15 years ago. It was actually written up in the newspaper at the time. It's Christmas time, Marine Toys for Tots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great time. Bunch of Marines at a Walmart doing Toys for Tots. Guy decided he would go in and rob the Walmart. Came out, thought he would compound his mistake by trying to stab one of the Marines. To quote the news article, when the police arrived, they found the suspect had fallen down several times, requiring him to be medevaced to the hospital. None of the Marines were injured. There is that. Everybody gonna get their arm back? Okay. Questions, comments, concerns? All right, yes, sir.
I don't know if it's just me, I'm having trouble getting like power momentum on the upward swing.
No, it's not just you. Couple of things with that. One, most of us are using this flat bag. It's harder to get that cut So there is that, again, kind of a training artifact. The principle though is the same. You're still going to make this cut. Same size. I'm still coming behind, still wanna make this cut. So, kind of thing. But then, you know, there's also the experience of how far, what is my distance in order to get the sound and the feel that I want. So just because it doesn't feel quite right now, as long as you have that cutting motion, that's really all we're concerned with at the moment. Anything else? All right, let's move the bags back. Grab your tontos back. Run through the kata if you can, a couple of times, and then we're gonna call it a day.
One of my buddies, Rick, he's a Marine in that area. And him and his buddies, he said his kid didn't make the news, but he thinks because, you know, it doesn't look like the Marines kicking a bunch of.
You can put it right there by the green path right there.
What they did was they took one of the buddies who was like a hot guy, and they told
Yeah,
him,
that's right there.
see which one watch you, you go with them, and then we'll follow you 2 blocks behind, and then we'll jump out and kick everyone's ass, and we think it's like practice. And they did that, and that's what it was. So, and they said the cops were like, well, so it looks like the fat boys just got dropped a little body, right?
Stand around and do something.
Right?
Block, block.
Now I see what you're talking about.
Step forward thrust. Hands up. Back. Is that 1/8? No. So you're here, right? I'm gonna turn 180 that way.
If you guys need help, say something, raise your hand.
Where are we? That way. Yep.
Yeah, good, good.
Back. Because it's
finish whatever you're in the middle of, and then, yeah, Matt, I got one thing I wanna add to.
Hey.
For this kata, every time that we're in a hikite position, we are this way, cutting it down, pretty much fully loaded where I would normally be.
Right.
This way?
Yes,
Right.
sir.
What, separates, the pros from the minions? Right. It is dead on target.
Right.
I'm seeing a lot of, I want it out of my way, everybody's has, to one degree, has their own variation. Few of you are where we need to be.
Right?
Why? Boom, right to target.
This,
A, B, no, how about that?
Right?
right,
A to B.
yes, this.
Definitely not. Okay, for those of you that have 941, 941 does hikite this way. At the front of our line.
Right?
I'm pretty sure nobody in here wants a some liver resection.
No.
Bad day. So, here. Boom.
Right?
I got it a couple more times.
Up. Sure. Down. Cast in. Up, up. Nope. So,
do
then
this.
turn around. Nope, so, here. Cross,
Alright.
tap, kick. And then turn around, do block, block. And block, block. Forward.
Come get me.
Kick, step down, and across. 1, 2. Yeah. I'm at that. Right, we goes all the way down. One hand goes up, yep, one hand goes up, one goes down, right? Instead of trying to get that out of your face.
Okay, finish the kata one more time, and then you're out.
Nice and tight. Right? Double. No, when we turn around, we're doing a double flop, and then drop the flop. Step forward, move the chin, hold, throw. And then go to the back. Flop, flop. Cross. Flop, flop. Kick, kick. Cross. doing like 3 parts at a time.
All right, relax, we're just gonna close up informally.
Right.
Right?
Just gather around where you can kind of see everybody. Just relax. Take a knee, take a seat if you want. That's fine. Couple of final details on my end. We'll tell some stories, ask some questions if we need to. Last thing that I wanted to add, kind of goes back to the overarching principle of kata in general. A lot of dojo that I've been in, they will say, when you're doing kata, people should see that you're fighting someone. Makes sense, right?
What?
Hey,
He would say, the people watching you should be able to see the person you're fighting. First time he said that, I went, different? How do we do that? So, spent a couple of years thinking about that, trying it out. Basically, it's how you project, right? You are so intent on your kata that in a certain, or from a certain viewpoint, you actually conjure the person in front of you. People can actually see that, right? What does that person look like? There is a singular answer, by the way.
It should be me, sir.
Right. It's your doppelganger. You should literally, well, when you're doing kata, you should think about you're fighting your doppelganger. Right? So when you throw a punch, you're throwing it to a target on yourself. So those of you that are, when you're doing this kata, you're sticking something. If you're fighting Shaq with a knife, your day went long 2 weeks ago, right? So you're picking the targets on yourself. Why? What does that do for us? Why not pick someone? I'm mad at so and so at work. Why don't I pick that person? Or whatever. Oh, I don't like Sensei Jerry. I'm gonna pick him. Whatever.
So you know what you're targeting?
More specific, if you can.
I mean, if you're the same size on the opposite side,
Right.
you're going for the sternum. You know you're hitting the sternum.
Yes.
from what I've learned in this dojo, your technique should never change to the size of your opponent. Make them fit what technique you need to throw, not make your technique fit who you need to throw it against.
Yes, both of them. That's the two parts that I was looking for. Does anybody in here not know the term proprioception or proprioceptor? Everybody knows what that. You don't know what. Okay. If you don't, that's fine. Just okay. If you close your eyes, you can touch your nose, you can touch your ears, you can touch your finger, right? Okay, that's proprioception. Your self-awareness of your body in three-dimensional space. As you are practicing, if I practice, okay, when I throw a high punch, I'm throwing it to the pressure point under my nose every time. Right?
Right.
That gives me not only the proper body mechanics for a high punch, because if I'm thinking, okay, the guy's a little bit taller than I am, and if he's standing dead vertical and I go to punch him under the nose, my shoulder's out of position. I would never do that. I would bend him over first and then punch him in the nose, right? Here. So as he was pointing out, this, and as Tyler pointed out, if I'm down on my knee, I get knocked down and Tyler's standing over me, and I decide I need to throw a high punch, I'm not going to throw a high punch to the nose. I'm going to throw a high punch to my nose, which should line up almost exactly with that bladder point. So you're matching your targeting and your proper body mechanics to the situation at hand. So yeah, I'll throw a high punch, but I might be hitting the guy in the thigh. If I'm laying on the ground, and I throw that high punch to that point behind his knee, it'll still work. That kind of thing. So don't get all crazy with the kata. One of the things that drives me crazy with the kids, they're this tall, throw a high punch. Yeah, that's mostly where their ukis are, right? I get it. Okay, well, punch in the groin instead. It's still a high punch. Kind of thing. Right? Okay. Thank you all for coming.
Yes.
Questions, comments, concerns from you guys?
5 stars.
I doubt that, but thank you. Let's throw this out. something that I've been wanting to do for a while. It was mentioned a couple weeks ago that I should probably go ahead and pull a trigger out, so just kind of gauge interest. There are 3 more kata in the syllabus that we haven't touched on for a while. I don't think, you've got all 5, right? Or 4? 4-ish, okay, that's what it's, okay. They need to be passed on. So what I was thinking about doing is a quarterly seminar next year. First 3 quarters, the last 3 kata, and then the 5th quarter or the 4th quarter, catch up bunkai, maybe like real knife or like knife on knife type bunkai, that kind of thing.
This?
Interested? Yes, no?
This?
Doesn't matter whether it is or not. Okay, we'll try and set something up that way. Also, for those of you that don't know, the entire curriculum, all 4 arts, karate, taijutsu, kabuto, and iaido, for this dojo are online. The first half of karate up to green belt?
I think purple.
Purple, I think,
Yeah.
is on Kyoshi James's YouTube channel. From purple belt up, and the other 3 arts are on my YouTube channel. So if you go in and you type in Northwind Training Knife Form 2, you should be able to find me in Dogi Nakama doing Knife Form 2. But the entire curriculum is either, between the 2 of us, we have the entire curriculum for this dojo online on YouTube. So you guys are more than welcome to go on there. Gee, was it, this turn, that turn, I don't know which foot it, oh, I'm turning the wrong way, okay, that kind of thing. That's what it's there for. Most? All right, you got you. So,
General thing, I was wondering, how many of y'all have thought about your obi as a weapon before? Any doubts about your obi as a weapon?
and if anybody wants to take the place of the bag, I'm sure we can line up and run the gauntlet real quick, because that'd be fun. We haven't done that in a while.
Well, when we first started swinging the belt, since I got tagged in the face gently, like, I got, brushed and it stung. Right, so I was like,
Did
hey.
Scott hit you?
Yes,
Okay,
it was.
yeah, okay, that's 2 people in 2 weeks.
He grazed the face on the first one. He was just figuring it out. It's all good.
Hitting me is one thing, you hit a Q grade. Yeah.
So I was like, it stung for a minute, right? But no permanent damage.
Yeah.
But still, to your point, Renchi, yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
it
maybe a
hurts.
bad day. Something?
No, I said it hurts.
Yeah, we stung, yeah.
100%. And kind of to Ken's point too, kind of like a paper cut, right?
Yeah, it was that kind of
When
sting.
when he knocked me out, it was infinitely less painful than when he would just cut. So.
Because you were out, you didn't feel the pain.
Yeah, that's one thing. I think probably because there's a sweet release as I'm drifting to the floor.
Thank you, I don't feel
Yeah,
it.
thank you. And your brain kind of shuts off. It's like anesthetic. You kind of lose memory of it and move on down the road. But yeah,
Why is this thing here? Not here, but right here.
Yeah,
Anybody want to hear a Hanshi story regarding the obi jutsu?
always.
So this happened years ago. I was brown belt level, and the dojo went over to Melbourne, I think, for a tournament. Halfway through the tournament, all the schools got out and did a demo of some kind. And this is a basketball court, so you have bare wood basketball court. First thing happens is an Aikido school comes out. They're gonna demonstrate all their manipulations that they do. First thing their sensei says is, well, since we're on a wooden floor and we don't have pads, we're not gonna do any actual throws to the ground. They proceed to do their demo, yeah, demo, nice. A little bit later, Hanshi comes out on the floor, grabs
It was Haney that time.
Haney, just Haney. I managed to get my own into his hands that day, so that was fun for me. And he proceeds to do a series of Haney attacking him and Hanshi countering the attack, wrapping him up and slamming him to the floor. And then he'd get back up, run back in, attack again. Bam, kabam, 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 kabam. End of the demonstration, the entire auditorium goes, ah! It was awesome to watch.
when he would get rolling, it would literally be like an old Warner Bros. Cartoons.
That's with Milton, he did that in Valencia when I first started karate 101 in Valencia, and Milton was teaching that class, and then he comes in, you know, it was in a basketball court, and I'm like, okay, I wanna go in there, but yeah, throw him around, and just like, he kept on coming up, and then when he brought the belt, and you wrapped him around like a present, and threw him around, and yeah, it was awesome to watch. With control, right? Because the other, you know, you can do all that, and your uke keeps coming back up, it's because you didn't kill him. Right?
Yeah, so you have to know how to do that, your uke has to know how to fall and recover. And Handy was brilliant at that.
Yes.
He hit the floor and roll right back up again to his feet.
Since we're telling stories, I'll tell you two quick Hanshi stories. One knife and then one just in general as to him being him. He got invited to a demo one time. He wanted to do knife. He was just gonna do demonstrations. So he got me, and we were gonna do live blade. So, you know, I mean live blade, I mean these things are, you know, razor sharp kind of thing. Told me what we were gonna do. Yes, sir, I can handle that, not a problem. He's like, there's only one directive, do not bleed. Yes, sir, absolutely, I think I can manage that. I trust him, we can do this thing. We do our exchanges, boom, 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 or, you know, again, we're not doing fat, okay? We're just rocking and rolling, you know, kind of thing. Top of my right foot, I feel plop, plop, plop. I look down and I'm like, I'm bleeding. The one thing he told me not to do is bleed. Making sure I'm catching it on my foot, so I'm not, you know, and I'm in a white gi. I'm trying to also keep it off my gi so nobody sees it. So now, as I'm feeling this plop on him, he's talking about what just happened, the demonstration and everything, doing his thing. I'm trying to figure out what I'm missing, you know, what part got cut off. Because now I'm thinking, okay, I did a haney, I stuck a finger out or something. Somehow, when we were doing the exchange, we got just close enough as he was withdrawn, it just brushed right across there, put a little 1/4 inch cut on top of my hand, and it was just running down. So even doing everything right, still got cut. Last funny story as to why we should not emulate him without training. How many people know the book, The Bubishi?
Hi.
Okay, it's one of the premier treatises on martial arts. It was written in China back in the blah, 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 1000 BC kind of thing. If you read the book, nowhere in the book does it talk about hitting with fist. It always talks about either finger or knuckle or big toe. So back in the day, they would train when you kicked. You kicked with the big toe. You kick with ball with foot. The only thing you kicked with is big toe. So when he's coming up in Japan, out behind the dojo was pine forest. Every student had their pine tree, and you would go out there and you would kick the pine tree, and you would punch the pine tree. You know, body hardening kind of thing. So basically, from the tip end of his big toe to his heel is one solid bone because the joints basically fused over the years. And it was literally like a railroad spike that he would kick you, going into it. He was training, before he went to Arkansas, he was hired by Valencia College to teach karate's PE class. Normally it was in a dance room, and at that time I was lucky enough I could get off work early once in a while and go down and help him out. Because he couldn't do what he does to us, to their students, so he'd like me to come down so he could beat the snot out of me to show them what was actually happening. Plus I got training, yada, yada, yada. So I go down there one day, and they had something going on in the dance room, so they moved him out into the gym, and there's a concrete block wall. And he's standing up at one end of the gym against a concrete block wall, kicking the block wall with his toe. Now, not, kicking, but just enough to keep his toes in shape kind of thing. So I've got my back to the wall so that I can talk to him and look out at the gym. And there was a kid in his class, that guy. He was a green belt in ninjutsu. I see him come in, puts his bag down, he's looking at Hachi, I'm looking at him, he's kinda looking at Hachi. And I'm looking at him going, he cannot possibly be thinking what I think he's thinking. Nobody's that stupid. Sure enough, he turns around, puts his hand on that block wall. Oh. I'm dying laughing. Hachi's like, what? I'm like, we go over there, by the time we got there, his foot was the size of a soccer ball. Hachi looks down and he's like, why did you do that? You did it, so I thought I could do it. So, yeah, just because he can do it don't mean we can do it.
Nice.
Keep training, keep training, keep training.
Good.
All right, anything else? All right, go home. Thank you.
Thank you.